Round one. Fight! Piece of me? I don't want a piece of you. I want the whole thing.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tier Ranker Fights. This is episode number 57, and we'll be ranking the best road trip movies. So this is one that I'm excited to do. I got to watch a few first-time watches for me, so I'll talk about those when we get to them. But I'll be your host tonight. I'll be Jordan the Movie Hero Anderson, and I'll go ahead and I'll introduce our crew for tonight. We have joining me Austin Pez, Howell, my co-host. How's it going?
On the road again. I can't wait to get on the road again. All right, I'll stop there. But yeah, road trip movies. There's a lot of them. Do the research, and this topic's been done a lot in Hollywood. So yeah, movies to choose from.
Yeah, we need that. We need Holiday Road.
Don't get a copyright.
Yep. But yeah, we also have joining us Mr. Moose Hawes.
Hey, how are you guys doing tonight?
Doing great.
Yeah, I'd like to get on a road trip myself.
Nice.
Let's do this. Let's go. We're heading to you guys. Where you guys live? Give me the street address right now over this.
Right now.
right. Yeah. Just post your address in the chat, and we'll plan a little road trip to come see you, right? But and we also have joining us cousin Ryan. How's it going?
So guys, I don't know about everyone else, but I don't think I'd feel comfortable with you just rolling up on me like that. So my actions would not be new to any of you.
See, I actually know where you live.
That's a scary thought. But what's up, guys? Good to see you guys again.
Yeah, good to see you too. So yeah, that should be a fun one because we're kind of kicking off summer. So, I don't know, it's not officially the first day of summer, but it's June, and June's kind of like when summertime begins for most people. So yeah. But we also have joining us Richie Goodacare. How's it going?
What's up? You want to go on a road trip to my house? You got a boat? You want to?
Yeah.
I'm in Australia.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go to Wally World.
Yeah. Sounds good. And we also have joining us last, but certainly not least, Mr. JPO, Jordan Owens. How's it going?
Absolutely. Always down for road trips. Just don't make me the driver for too long because I have sleep apnea and I will kill us all.
Yeah.
The whiteboard.
And Brian, I did bring
the whiteboard.
Yeah, he brought the whiteboard. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep. We'll see what
Got
happens,
about
but
80 times on the summer camp, summer movie thing last night when Ernest Goes to Camp was eliminated in the first round.
Oh, that was so 24.
I voted for it.
Hashtag never forget.
Yeah.
Never forget. Yeah. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll jump into it. So, Austin, as the co-host, you want to explain how it's going to work for anyone that might be tuning in?
Yeah, so this is Tier Ranker Fights. So we've got a Tier Ranker chart coming up that Jordan will be bringing up. And it's essentially got a whole bunch of tiers on it. And we start with S tier, which is the best of the best of the best, right at the top for superior. And then it goes like grades in school, A, B, C, D, F. I don't know what his miscellaneous categories are. It might be like a not a road trip category on there or something, or I haven't seen.
Yeah, we got
whatever it is down there. Yeah.
and haven't seen. So yeah, you can also
If,
put them there if you feel it.
haven't seen is just reserved for. We need at least 3 out of the 6 people to have seen it to vote on it for it to even make the chart. So keep that in mind. At least 3 people have to have seen it, or else it goes down there. So we'll go around the horn, and we'll start down at the bottom. So tonight we'll start with JPO down there, and we got a whole list of movies. We got about 100 movies. There's a road trip to choose from. Combinations. There's a whole lot of them. Yeah, whole bunch of them. So basically, we'll go around the horn. You can pick any movie on the list and nominate it for any ranking you like. You can shoot right for the S tier. You can go for something kind of in the middle. You can go for F tier, whatever you like. But the person will give a ranking, give a little reason why, about a minute or so, and then we'll go around the horn, and everybody can either agree or disagree and tell everybody where they think it should be ranked. And so everybody will get a chance as we go up the ladder. And we'll go for about roughly the 2-hour mark. We'll kind of find a good place to make a stopping point. And at that point, we'll do a sort of Hail Mary last chance nomination round where everybody will be able to throw out those last minute nominations. We'll look for some crossovers, and we'll do some really quick rapid fire voting at the end. And then we'll kind of rank our movies that we get up there. So we'll see kind of where we land, and we'll rank those individually. But we're looking for 10 to finally go in the S tier at the end of the show, and then we have about 3 at the top of A tier that go into the honorable mentions for our poll in the Schmodown Friends and Family group.
Yeah. All right, yeah, and we always start from the bottom of the ladder, and then we kind of move our way up each round. So, JPO, you'll be first up to nominate a movie to talk about and rank. So, what do you want to go for?
All right, let's start off with, I think, something that's definitely bound to be mentioned sooner or later. Going for an S tier with Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. This is a relatively newer watch for me than some people. This was something I hadn't seen up till a few years ago, and my buddy James said, "What?" And the next time I saw him, shoved the DVD copy on me like he was an angry teacher giving me homework. But it was great homework. I fell in love with it. The laughs are here, even the heart towards the end when you find out about Candy's character. One of the best uses of getting that R rating, but with only for one particular moment. I just think it's a great film all around. I think it obviously really fits the category here as well as far as a road trip. So yeah, I'm gonna go say S tier. And I saw one fist, so hopefully y'all are with me.
Yeah, we'll see. Richie, what do you think for Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
Yeah, it's definitely S. Yeah, I would have. Yeah, I mean, it would have been brought up at some point. It's not actually the movie I thought you were going to go straight off the bat, but yeah, I knew it was. I knew it was going to be brought up early. But no, this is great. The chemistry between Steve Martin and John Candy's great, and then the best use of fucking the movie just to try and get your R rating. It's great. This movie's fantastic, and it should be S. So yes, I agree. Yes.
Yeah, sounds good. Cousin Ryan, what do you think?
No question about it. John Candy just spits gold constantly, and it's just a great road trip movie in general. I mean, it fits this whole topic to a T. So I agree 100% with it.
Yeah, sounds good. Moose, what do you think?
Wipe that fucking smile off your fucking face. I need a fucking car right fucking now. Sir, do you have your receipt? I fucking threw it the fuck away. Well, you're fucked. Sorry, I had to get that out. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles absolutely deserves an S tier. This is another favorite of the Haas household right here. I believe this might actually be my mother's favorite movie. It's so good. The comedic beats still hit. And to JPO's point, the heart is absolutely there. Especially at the end when you find out, Candy's wife passed on, and he'd been talking about her the whole film. And, just again, we talk about Candy a lot on this, and, how he was such an underappreciated actor. And the dude could pull off emotional scenes for sure. So yeah, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, S tier all the way.
Yeah. Well, Austin, what do you think?
100%. that one of both Candy and Steve Martin's best movies. And it's a road trip movie that doesn't really start out as a road trip movie. He's just trying to fly home for Thanksgiving, and then it kind of turns into this odyssey, just trying to get home. One of those everything that can go wrong sort of Murphy's Law situations. But we all know Adela Griffith, somebody who maybe gets on our nerves, but has a heart. It kind of means well. And we all know somebody like Steve Martin who just can fly off the handle just at any minute. But it's a great movie. Great John Hughes material. It's an easy S tier for the club.
Yeah. $6 in my left nut says we're not going to be landing in Chicago because there's just so many quotable lines and from old Della Griffith and he's a man who's been wearing the same underwear since last Tuesday. So and who can forget the iconic scene where they're in the bed together. I said those aren't pillows, and he's like putting his hand between them. Yeah, it's pretty funny stuff. So I think that this is S tier for sure. I don't know if it would make it to the top. There's just based on what we have, but it's definitely up there. So S tier. So
all right. Well, it's unanimous, so it'll be solidly up in the S tier to start. So we'll go down to Richie and whatever you want to nominate first, sir.
Well, it's not the movie. I mean, it's not the movie I thought Jordan was going to bring up, so I'll bring up the movie that I thought Jordan was going to bring up. A movie that has to be on here eventually. Might as well get out of the way. National Lampoon's Poon's Vacation.
Let's see if I can find it.
This movie. Imagine if you forgot to put that one on
there.
Right.
Well, crazier things have happened. So I've literally forgotten the movie from the thumbnail before. So
yeah. This movie's fantastic. Chevy Chase, you couldn't imagine anyone else playing Clark Griswold. So many quotable lines, and it has sort of like a similarity between that and Planes, Trains, Automobiles, where Clark is sort of the kind of keeping it all together, and then he also has an epic rant at the end where he just fucking swears up a storm. That's fantastic. John Candy again, good in this movie. In the cameo where he's the theme park manager. Having forced to go on those rides. Yeah, it's a fantastic movie, and we can't have a road trip episode without talking about this movie. Definitely.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Cousin Ryan, what do you think?
Oh, hands down agree 100% with all of that. Vacation kind of started the whole love for what Chevy Chase did with that franchise, and it's such a great movie. Nonstop comedy for it. Going to a place that I'd love to go to. Let's go to Wally World. I heard it earlier. Let's go as a group. But yeah, I agree. S rating 100%.
Yep.
The Wally World drinking mugs here.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, this is the quintessential road trip movie right here. Directed by the late great Harold Ramis. This one, and I agree. Everything said so far. I mean, this movie is the road trip movie. I would not be surprised if at the end of tonight we all said that this was kind of the quintessential movie that should win. And so many quotable lines, so many quotable moments. I still think this might be Candy's my second favorite John Candy role that he has. Clark shoots him in the ass with a BB gun. It's just it's so good. But National Lampoon's Vacation for sure S tier.
It would have been funny as you're drinking out of the Wally World mug if you went FC.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, you can't have a list like this without Vacation being at or right near the top. It kind of, like you said, it's the quintessential one that everybody goes back to say, and this one literally a planned out road trip where things go wrong. Where at the end they're just like, can we just go the fuck home? Essentially, just the worst trip ever. Getting stuck at the end. And Randy Quaid is obviously amazing in this movie. Everybody they encounter along the way. And yeah, like candy and is gold, right at the end, just to put a nice cherry on top of an already amazing ice cream sundae. So yeah, it's an incredible movie all around. It still holds up very, very well, like 40 years later. So yeah, S tier. Jordan,
You know what they're doing?
You freeze?
Oh, he might be frozen. Oh, he might be frozen. We'll come back to him. I'll take over for
Yeah,
this.
it's definitely S tier. Right?
Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
Jesus.
Oh,
You were frozen for a little bit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just closing out of something, so it should be fixed. But yeah, it's definitely S tier. I already mentioned it last night on the show. But my favorite scene is like when they somehow end up in like the ghetto down in St. Louis or something. They're like, where like he's like asking some guy in the street. He's like, "Hey, do you know how to get to the freeway?" And the guy's like, "What the fuck you say to me?" And he's like, "Well, we're from out of town." He's like, "Well, no shit." So yeah, and then he's like, and they hear a bunch of gunshots. He's like, "Kids, roll them up," and they just like peel out of there. So yeah, it's good stuff. Clark Griswold is like the quintessential kind of like dad who loves his kids and his family, but it's like the quintessential like embarrassing dad that like you don't want to be seen around kind of thing. So yeah, it's S tier for sure. Yeah. So, but Jordan,
JPO.
Yeah, no, this is another one that we're looking at this list. Someone's gonna bring it up. It obviously didn't take too long at all. So yeah, I mean S tier. Obviously again fits the T perfectly for what we're talking about tonight. So no argument for me.
yeah, sounds good. All right.
We'll debate the individual rankings later, but for now it'll be promptly up at the top. So we'll move to cousin Ryan. Mr. Ryan, what do you got, sir?
Well, first off, hey Moose, aren't you named after Marty Moose? Like, isn't that where you got your surname? I mean, it would make sense, right?
The origins of the moose are shrouded in mystery. It's called being an enigma wrapped in a riddle.
Yeah,
like CM Punk over here. We'll never know.
His villain story is beginning now. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put for my S tier. I'm surprised. I'm actually not surprised by this group, but I'm gonna pick it. And Dumb and Dumber. Probably one of my favorite hands down road trip movies of all time.
That's my next one. Yep.
I love this movie. I could watch it constantly, nonstop. Carrie, Jeff Daniels. One of my best friends, him and I used to watch the movie all the time. Like every time we hung out, we'd be on, we'd quote it nonstop. We've debated dressing in the suits at his wedding, but we didn't do it. Thank God, because I think his wife would have killed us. But it's just one of those movies that's hit home forever. So that's my S ranking reason for it.
Yeah. Sounds good. Moose, what do you think?
I think Dumb and Dumber is the movie that everybody loves, but we have watched it so many times that it's what is the term? It's keeping the lights on at TBS.
Yeah.
But you know what? The comedy still hits for me. The laugh still hit for me. I saw this in theaters with my brother and sister at an age I probably shouldn't have seen this movie at. And just remember laughing so hard. Like we were driving home and still trying to catch our breaths from the first time that we saw this movie. But it's also an incredible road trip movie. It really is. They're going to Aspen, California, beautiful. So many one lines you can continue to quote through Dumb and Dumber. So yeah, I'm with you, cousin Ryan. That is definitely an S tier.
Yep. Austin, what do you think?
I think my favorite scene has to be just pound for pound like jokes when they're in the hot tub suite together in the hot tub and they're going back and forth. Philly break your heart? No, she was a girl, and and it's just like he goes, oh, she sent me a John Deere letter, talking about how I never paid attention to her. I don't know, I really wasn't listening. I mean, it's one of those movies where you can watch it many times and just pick up the little subtle like quick lines that just throw out there every couple of seconds and pick up something new every time. But even the road trip aspect of it, just driving in the dog van obviously is iconic and classic. And when they have to even switch to the scooter, he can get 40 miles to the gallon with this puppy, baby. You know what I mean? Like it's good stuff. But But yeah, even the road trip aspect is a lot of fun. So it's got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a cardigan, but thanks for noticing.
Yeah. Yeah. Or when he's like this, he's like doing this in the car. He's like, Harry, it feels like you're running at an incredible rate. He's just like going back and forth. Yeah. Or I got worms. I beg your pardon. That's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna call the worm shop. We're gonna call it I got worms. Well, all right. So yeah, I mean, this movie is endlessly quotable. I mean, you could quote almost any line from it, and it's a good one. So like I always go to restaurants and ask for the soup du jour and just tell them that it sounds good. I'll have that. So yeah, it's good stuff. So yeah, it's S. Yeah, it's S tier, like all the way. Yeah. So, but JPO.
Yeah, I mean, come on, the year of Carrie that was, the triple bangers that he put out that year, the chemistry between him and Daniels, great story of him fighting for Daniels to get that part. It totally works. Yeah, I love it too, man. I've always loved Jim Carrey. Grew up with this, big rewatch, probably on TNT and TBS a lot. So yeah, let's go for it. That's there.
Yeah. Well, Richie, what do you think?
That John Denver's full of shit.
Yeah. I thought the Rocky Mountain would be a little rockier than this. Yeah.
That line threw me when I watched that. I was not expecting.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this movie is great. It still holds up. Yeah, after all these years. And it's the only movie they did. They didn't do a sequel. That doesn't exist.
No.
Crazy.
No prequel, no sequel. What are you talking about, dude?
Yeah,
it's a trilogy. Come on.
Yeah.
Nope.
So yeah. No, this definitely deserves to be an S tier. It's fantastic. So
that's not true. They made a Dumb and Dumber too. Oh, literal Pez.
Yeah.
Hey, Haas, I agree with that 100%.
Moose and Ryan in the.
We're doing this.
Okay.
The blue and orange tuxedo.
All right, Allison, this may have to happen. I like this idea.
Let's go.
Me and my best friend Mark, who's been on the show before, we got the suits and wore them to prom, so that was awesome. we had the canes and everything. We were doing the sword fighting when we walked in the door. All of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Living the dream.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep. But it's unanimous. So S tier. So we got 3 unanimous ones. We'll see what else we got here. Some Moose.
Moose. Yeah,
you'll be up next. So what do you want to nominate?
This next movie isn't quite the cinematic brilliance that these first couple ones that we have on there and hasn't gone down in any type of book as the funniest movie or the most solid road trip movie. But I love this next movie so freaking much. Rat Race.
Yes.
I'm gonna put this in an S tier. This movie is so much fun. I get it. Yeah, it's old and dated, but I don't care. It's so much freaking fun. When Lovitz and his family are driving Hitler's car and he burns his tongue. He's got the grease on his upper lip. It's Lovitz at his finest. I love Rat Race so much. We got Rowan Atkinson as Enrico Palazzi. Yeah, it's so much freaking fun to watch this movie. So I'm going to give it an S tier. I hope that the rest of you share the same love that I do for it.
Yeah. Austin, what do you think?
I think you're getting hacked in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It already started. I mean, it's a good stream, right?
Family channel.
Yeah.
Jacob and I on a podcast about movies got spammed with Nazis the other day, so that was interesting.
Really?
Not the traditional porn bots. We got spammed with Nazi bots. I don't know. I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah. So we had to block those.
I'll be playing video games.
I love
you guys talk about it.
Yeah, I love Rat Race to pieces. I'm debating whether or not it's a road trip movie. I think it's more of a competition movie than a road trip movie. Yeah. There's a destination, but it's not like they're doing a road trip like a vacation. It's it's a race. So that's like saying if it was
to the finish line.
Yeah.
I understand that, but just because they're using cars does that mean it's a road trip? Like a fun road. I'm gonna say not a road trip movie. I'm just leaving it at that.
All right. Yeah. Well, ass. We are holding ass. Like my favorite quotes come from like Rowan Atkinson. He's like, "A human art. You have a human art in there."
It's a race.
He's
Well,
like,
yes, I hope I win.
yeah, when he's like on the road with Wayne Knight of all people. He's kind of like a weird like team up there, but yeah, like Rat Race is a lot of fun. It's got a great cast. I mean, the cast just goes on forever. Like I love Seth Green and I forget the other guy, his friend's name, but the guy with the pierced tongue and he can't speak because of that. Yeah. And then they pull up to a stop light and they see the girl with like piercings all over and she's flashing them and stuff. Yeah, but yeah, like this one's kind of borderline S tier. I'll say S because I really do have a lot of F and or a lot of love for it, and I want to support the S for Rat Race to give it some love. So I'll say S, sure. But Jordan?
Oh man, I don't want to be the buzzkill here. I like Rat Race. It's charming. It's something I'll rewatch from time to time. I saw it in theaters originally back in the day. You said great cast. There's even talks of like a spinoff or a sequel, maybe with Seth Green's character and his brother. I can't go S though. I mean, it's not the greatest. It's a solid B. It's fun. It deserves to be talked about.
Sure, yeah. Richie?
It's annoying that they're talking about a spin-off now. It came out in 2001.
I didn't say recently. I said at the time.
At the time.
Richie, don't knock on my
okay. My bad. Yeah, I love Rat Race. It's a better version of it to Mad World. I like this better. I get his argument though, because there's no pure destination, but like there's enough. I feel like there's a because they're going on an adventure and it's still I think they've still got an objective in that and that is to go it takes some cross country. I think it still counts as a road trip movie, but just maybe not in the obvious sense as like some of the other ones. So I would say it is a road trip movie, but I would also say S because Boo Jordan.
Yeah. Well, we have 3 S's, 1 not a road trip.
Ryan.
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 Oh, yeah, Ryan
There's 6 of us, Jordan. 6 of us.
We'll see if you support us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 100%. 100%. So S rating. It's S road trip movie. Basically, for me, it's a road trip movie because of John Lovitz's family. And that's literally what happens on road trips, that family craziness kind of thing, like that family dynamic of a road trip. Allison took the quote I was going to use already, so I can't even use that to make the joke. But yeah, Rat Race, S rating. Hands down.
Dogging it.
Hands down.
Yeah, it's one of the best. Like, Dad, I gotta go. I'm prairie dogging it. Like,
I love that.
Like the next scene, you just see her butt hanging out the window. Dad, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Yeah. Yeah.
We got our first one of the night.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Yeah.
But
S is in a B. How would that take?
I think it'll stay in the S tier because I mean,
for now, yeah. If there's more, it'll be on the borderline later. Like we had one. Which episode was it last week? We ended up with like 13 in the S tier. So some of them, even with like 4 S votes, got bumped into the A eventually. So with the 80s action. So we'll see where it kind of lands.
Yeah. Right. So Austin, you're up. So
all right, I'm gonna go for another movie that features John Candy, albeit in a very small role. But I'm going to go with John Landis's 1980 film, The Blues Brothers. And Blues Brothers on S tier. So
I think it's
it was right next to Blues Brothers 2000. Yes, not Blues Brothers 2000. If we want to talk about that, we can. It's going to be far, far away from S tier on that one. But no, I mean, they're on a mission from God. They've got to get the band back together. One last show. Raising money for the orphanage. It's a classic road trip scenario, and again, going from city to city, picking up all these guys. But the difference is that it's got a great soundtrack too. They're going to all these places, playing these different gigs. I think one of the best scenes ever, just in movies, is when they get mistaken for the country western group at the bar, and they have to play behind the chicken wire, and end up starting their show, get all the beer bottles thrown at them. They have to switch over and play with the Rawhide theme. Like, all that stuff is incredibly great, and some of the greatest car carnage you've ever seen in a movie. I think they wrecked something like 150 cars for real in this movie. Like, the car carnage in this film is outstanding, and it's crazy when you go back and watch it. But yeah, all of them like running from the Nazis, and we're doing we were doing on last Saturday in our chat all kinds of stuff throughout the movie stuff. The chemistry between Belushi and Aykroyd is fantastic. One of the best duos ever. So I'll go with the Blues Brothers for S tier.
Yeah. So I've only seen this movie one time, and it's a movie that I really want to go back and give it a rewatch, because I liked it when I saw it. I just don't know if I have the love to put it quite in an S tier. Like, for the music alone, like, the music's great, and that's fun. That's almost S tier for me. But for the original Blues Brothers, I'd probably give it more of like an A. It just doesn't quite get up to S tier, but it's still a really solid movie. So yeah, I definitely want to go back and watch it again. Maybe on a rewatch it'll bump up to S. You never know, but I'll say A for now. But Jordan?
I'm agree with S tier. I really love this movie. My only problem with this movie was the first time I saw it. Later that night, my girlfriend broke up with me. So rewatches can be a little bitter. Even though Catherine thought it wasn't working out, it's still a really good movie. So yeah, that's true.
Hey, did she come after you with a gun like Carrie Fisher in this movie and chase you across the country?
No, it could have been worse. So yeah, good point. Could have been worse.
Yeah. Yep. But Allison, she's got the
yeah.
There. There's 106 miles from Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Yep.
Punch it.
Yeah, two of the only guys that wear sunglasses at nighttime, indoors, everywhere. But Richie?
Did this breakup happen like recently, or did you have a girlfriend as like a kid or something? This movie, did you recently watch this movie? Did you only just recently watch this movie?
Well, why does Richie always gotta nitpick all my stories? Movies are on DVD, and you can watch movies later in life. I was in high school. If you want the specifics of me and Catherine's relationship.
You know what? We're a movie podcast.
Look up at the world premiere.
I didn't say we were at the premiere. I wasn't even alive. I was in high school on DVD.
Richie, I wasn't alive either when this movie even came out. Yeah, I watched it later on DVD and Blu-ray and television. My dad introduced it to me, so yes.
It's so good. I was just like
nitpicking. Vote Richie. Get off my back.
Nitpicking. It's funny. Anyway, this movie's great. One of the best SNL, probably the best SNL movie of all time. I mean, people debate between that and Wayne's World, but it's probably Blues Brothers. But yeah, this movie's fantastic, and yeah, I think didn't it hold the Guinness Book of Record at one point for most car crashes or something, or most damage. Yeah,
something like 150 or something, like actual cars crashed. It's insane. Yeah, plus the mall that they run through as well and run over everything. Yeah.
No, this is definitely S tier.
Yeah. Cousin Ryan? What do you think?
All right, I'm going to go against the grain on this one. It's a great movie. I like it, but it's more, I think, of an A tier to me. It's not something I can watch over and over again. I saw it a few times, and I'll watch it if it's on. I don't know. It's not S tier to me. It's not like the other movies and some of the other ones that are still in that group. So A tier for me. I agree with you, Jordan.
Yeah. Moose, what do you think?
You're not S tier, Cousin Ryan, because this movie sure as hell is. I love the Blues Brothers. I do. I had a brain fart and didn't include this in my top 64. I
was surprised.
I was too, actually, going through it like the next day. I own the Blues Brothers soundtrack. The last song played at my wedding was Everybody Needs Somebody by the Blues Brothers.
Nice.
The music hits. Somebody. Oh, it's so good. So good.
Yeah, great stuff.
Great stuff. It's such an entertaining movie. It's Landis at its finest. I heard somebody mention it's one of the best SNL movies. Agreed. All of that. Agreed. Candy is solid in this one. People forget that Carrie Fisher is kind of the assassin along the way that's trying to take out Joliet Jake the whole time. But I absolutely, the less we talk about Blues Brothers 2000, the better. But Blues Brothers is an S tier movie for sure.
Hey, Moose, while we're at it, we can go ahead and just throw Blues Brothers 2000 in the F tier. You know, you just throw it in there and just get it out.
I'm on board. Let's go.
Yeah.
Anybody got a compelling reason why that one?
I mean, I don't hate it that much. It's not good. I would say D, but yeah, it's not a good movie.
I'd probably say D.
It's got like 1 or 2 decent songs in it, and that's it. Like the rest of it is shit. So
I never
yeah.
seen it fully on, so.
I mean, we could just
throw it in there for fun. Just throw it in there for fun.
Yeah.
Sorry, nobody's arguing that movie's great.
No.
So,
I'll put it on the D tier since we got a couple of D's. We'll be generous. But yeah. But yeah, so
Right.
I guess it's my turn. And so I might as well just get the obvious pick out of the way if you know me. So
Yeah,
I got to go for the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, Crossroads.
Yeah, but I'm going to go with Crossroads. How'd you know, Jordan?
I know
Yeah.
you, man. I know you,
You
baby.
guessed my favorite movie. Yeah.
Love than life.
Now I got to go with the movie Logan. So where's it at? It's my favorite
I
movie.
thought you were
of
going
all
for a
time.
goofy movie there.
No. Yeah. So I've already talked quite a bit about this movie, so I won't go on too long. I just love the cast. I love that it's a modern Western. I love the direction. James Mangold, one of my favorite directors too. So yeah, they just did everything right. They made it a hard R the way that an Old Man Logan movie needs to be, the way that most Wolverine movies need to be. And at the end, I got kind of teary-eyed. And also, I'm still waiting for the X-23 spinoff movie, which I don't know if we're gonna get now that the Fox universe is kind of all different now. But that'd be awesome to see that with Daphne Keane. But yeah, I'll say S tier for Logan, and it's definitely a road trip movie because she's trying to take her up to Canada, which I forget the name of the place that they call it, but there's a place there where like all the mutants can kind of like be free to do what they want up there. So yeah.
Come on, you inner geeked and players, Moose. Come on. It's a trivia.
Yeah,
Facility
right.
to take a 5-point question.
Yeah, it's a 5-pointer. Yeah. But
It's Eden, by the way.
Yeah, it's Eden.
oh yeah, it's Eden. Yeah, there you go.
Come
Yep. Ding ding. Yeah.
Sorry.
But,
Didn't know I was on display.
Yeah.
But JPO.
No, I'm with you on S tier. Yeah, at first I was like, oh yeah, it's a road trip movie. I was like, oh yeah, I guess it is. So I mean, as far as quality, it's definitely no argument. S tier for me. Absolutely loved it. You know, the Wolverine movie we'd all really wanted. That first one was a mess. Second one's pretty good, and then the third one just finally absolutely nailed it with some great direction. Another one kind of like Mad Max Fury Road. If you ever want to watch like the black and white version, it looks pretty cool as well. Yeah, man, I absolutely love this movie here. S tier.
Yeah. Richie?
Yeah, this movie's fantastic. It's one of the like my favorite Marvel films. I think Hugh Jackman just puts together a fantastic performance. But yeah, great performance of Daphne Keane. I kind of I'm waiting for her to be like this it'd be a breakout role. I'm waiting for her to sort of just be this like huge star. Like she hasn't done a lot since then. She was in that was it her Dark Materials show.
Yeah.
Dark Materials, and I think she's good. But
it just got canceled. Freaking canceled. So.
Yeah. So, but I'm waiting. I think she'll be a breakout star the next few years too. She's great. Stephen Merchant's great in this movie. Obviously Patrick Stewart. It's fantastic. So yeah, S tier.
Yeah. Well, cousin Ryan.
So, like JPO, when you said Logan, I had to think about it. I was like, wait, this is a road trip movie because I didn't know it as a road trip movie. I know it as a Wolverine movie. Yeah, I know you're right. 100%. That's what they're doing, going to Eden. And no matter what the haters say from the comic books, about Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. He is Wolverine. He's my Wolverine. I know some people are upset about, his size, considering everything, but there's no one better to play that role. And Old Man Logan was what everyone wanted as a Wolverine movie, redeeming from the other crap that they put out. So S tier, 100%.
Yeah. Well, Moose, what do you think?
It's not the first movie that I will think about when we're talking about road trip movies. But you're right. You know, as you think about it, there is quite a road trip aspect to it, and I don't think anybody can deny the greatness that is Logan. There's just one terrific performance after another, and the emotion in this movie is so real for anybody who is aging. Oh, that's all of us.
No.
Yeah. JPO might be going backwards in time. I'm not quite. He's got the Benjamin Button.
Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
By the end of the string, he's gonna be a baby.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he's actually 74 right now. So
yeah.
We have to stop at that time. So,
but no, I absolutely adore Logan. I think everybody said what needs to be said about this movie. I mean, it's the Wolverine movie that we all needed. I think the biggest emotional moment was right after he's buried Professor X, and he just can't quite think of something to say, so he's just kind of describing the surroundings and the relationship between the two of them, the chemistry between the two of them. And I will say it's nice to see Eric LaSalle get a little bit of love there. I was half expecting him to be pitching us some Soul Glow, but maybe Logan too.
Yeah, right.
But no, S tier for sure.
Yeah. Austin, what do you think?
All right, I really, really like Logan. The reason I'm going to say A tier is because when I think road trip movies, Logan is not one of the first 20 movies I think of when you think of road trip movies. So per the topic of the show, I think just because the road trip aspect of it is kind of incidental to the movie and the fact that they're just happen to be, going to a destination. But it's not like a road trip movie in the sense of a lot of the other movies on the S tier. I'm going to say A tier for Logan.
Damn, that's a solid point.
It's a solid point.
It might not be one of the first 20 movies, but when you think about it, how good is it when you think about it, though? That's the thing.
Yeah, but
right.
You know what?
I tailor things
to go with Austin.
to the topic. I tailor things to the topic, and what I think of the quintessential road trip movies of all of cinema. Logan is not one of the first ones I think of when I look at a list like this. That's just my argument. I tailor things to the topic of the show. It doesn't mean I dislike the movie, necessarily. Right. It just means I rate it accordingly as far as the greatest road trip films of all time. Now, if we were talking best comic book movies of all time, that's a whole nother story. It's an easy S tier. But when I talk about road trip movies, I'm going to knock it down just a tad. That's all.
All right.
So
Austin sold me. I'm going to switch my vote to an A.
I'm gonna have to agree, because you're right. When you look at Logan, you're not there for the road trip. You're there for Wolverine and X-23. So you're right, Pez, 100%. I'm gonna change mine to A too.
How much power do you yield? You do this all the time.
Yeah, right. Yeah, whenever you say, everyone in the whole stream follows you every time.
Hey, why? Because I fight on things like Battleground. I'm really good at debating points and making a good point. Well, I'm sorry about that. I'm good at
people
selling
should just make up their own mind, not follow
them. You guys understand how hard this is for me to agree with Austin outside of the Phantom.
I just find it weird, lowering the grade. I would say just put it in not a road trip movie then, if we're agreeing with that.
Yeah.
No, it is a road trip. I would not make the argument that it's not a road trip movie, because it is. But when I think of quintessential road trip movies, I don't think about this right next to Vacation.
I just warn people about being too.
I just think it's hard for me to
people on the panel.
That one element over the whole overall. That's hard for me. That's all I'm saying. I get it though.
Yeah. All right. So then, what are we at now?
3 and 3. So it's the lowest of the S tier right now. It's on the border. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Well,
Brian,
we'll go to JPO. So you're up again, Jordan. What do you want to go for?
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, so many to choose from. Whatever. I'll just go with the one that comes to my heart. $15, little man. Put that shit in my hand. Go to James.
Oh, hell yeah!
Strike back. And you know what? I'll
yeah,
shoot my shot. We'll start high. Maybe y'all will knock it down. Maybe you won't. I'll say S tier. Again, great road trip movie, really fun. Them going for Suzanne. So many great cameos along the way. You get to see the making of Good Will Hunting 2. You get how do you like them apples? You get so many celebrities. Ben Affleck as not only Ben Affleck, but you get a little bit of Holden. You get from the other series here. I've always loved this movie, man. My friend rents a theater. Hey, listen, dog. Richie's gonna interrupt me anyway here in a second and nitpick one of the things I say.
We're not talking about the
my
movie
friend rents a
Dog,
theater,
so.
so I actually saw this in theaters actually within the last couple months, and it's a lot of fun. It's a great rewatch too. It's definitely the epitome of something I can watch in a very easily quick manner multiple times, even within a year. So yeah, S tier, why not?
Yeah. Richie, what do you think for Jane Silent Bob Strike Back?
I would never nitpick Jordan. I don't know what this is coming from.
Of course not.
But I suppose that in itself, that's
you gotta find a nitpick every time. That's your turn.
But yes, no. Guess what? I agree. I think this is one of my favorite Kevin Smith movies. This is great. Yeah, and John mentioned the great cameos, Sean William Scott, James Van Der Beek, Jason Biggs, Wes Craven and Gus Van Sant pops up. I think it's just fantastic. And a great quote of a movie. I am the Clip Commander. Yeah. Yes. S tier definitely.
Yeah. Well, cousin Ryan, what do you think?
It's hard. This is gonna be hard for me to say, but because I love Kevin Smith movies, but Jane Silent Bob Strike Back, I love it. Good movie, road trip movie, but I don't think for me it's not an S tier movie. It's more of an A tier. It's a good stoner movie for sure. It's a Kevin Smith movie, and Ben Affleck had to be in that movie because Kevin Smith. Come on, let's be real. He rode those coattails in the beginning with some of those movies. So, Jane Silent Bob Strike Back is just an A for me.
Yeah, fair enough. Moose.
I will give credit where credit is due. Pez gets a point for changing our mind on Logan.
There you go.
1-1.
1-1.
Damn you.
And as much as this one makes me physically ill, I got to agree with my cousin Ryan here. I enjoy this movie quite a bit. I think Dogma maybe could have been a better road trip movie. It kind of falls into the same vein. I mean, they're going to the same kind of.
All right, Jordan, get a Dogma graphic quickly.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna put this in the A tier too. I enjoy it. I don't know. It's not my favorite work by Kevin Smith, but still, it is a lot of fun. So I don't know. I'll go A. I like Will Ferrell's character in the movie.
Yeah.
I guess like the park ranger, like he has no business like following them like the entirety of the movie. So I think that's funny. But I'll give it an A tier.
Yeah. Well, Austin, what do you think?
I was hesitant to bring this up, but I'm glad it came up because I absolutely adore Jane Silent Bob Strike Back. It is my favorite Kevin Smith movie, 100%. And I think it's an absolutely phenomenally rewatchable road trip movie. It's great. I mean, come on, you have the great George Carlin explaining the rules of the road and saying, if it'll get a couple hundred miles, I'll take a shot in the mouth. That shit is hilarious. So he's great. It's awesome. They another Carrie Fisher movie, right?
Yeah, great Carrie Fisher follow up to the Carlin scene.
Yeah, right.
You follow the book too?
Yeah. I live my life by it. Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, and all the people they encounter, the Scooby-Doo gang of unofficially that they encounter on the road is a lot of fun too. And they want to, cut out their kidneys on the black market. All that stuff's a lot of fun. I'm gonna give S tier for Jane Silent Bob Strike Back. It's one of my favorite road trip movies.
And then Kevin Smith that said, if you put it on mute, a great film for kids.
Yeah.
There's monkeys, there's Scooby-Doo. Like, come on, what more do you want?
All of that stuff.
Put it on mute.
There's dancing, there's all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it's really fun. Lightsaber, bong sabers, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Snoochie I gotta go S tier for Jane Silent Bob Strike Back, and yeah, like this movie's like so much fun, and like not only is Carrie Fisher in the movie, but also Mark Hamill is the cock knocker. He's in there too. So, but yeah, there's a lot of fun just seeing all these cameos and people that they run into on this crazy road trip, and like you're surprised that it even has a little bit of heart to it too. So I mean, it's a fun time, and yeah, I am gonna say S tier. Like I'm a big fan of the Jade and Silent Bob characters. When I first saw them, I wasn't sure about them, but they quickly grew on me. So yeah.
Has anyone here seen Jade and Silent Bob get old, like actual live?
No.
Yeah, I've seen it live. I've seen it live.
I saw them a couple years ago. They're pretty good.
Oh, nice.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, what are the votes at?
4 S and 2 A's. So it's right the same as Blues Brothers right now. I'm still waiting for you to bump down Logan, but that's fine.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Never. I'm gonna leave it. Okay. Yeah, we'll leave it there. But,
Yeah, I noticed when Logan before, like it had one vote in the S tier, and all of a sudden it was like in second place. It was like, I see what's happening in that movie, hero.
Yeah.
like slowly every round, I'll just sneak it up one and like see if you notice. There it goes.
I've got the vote proofs on the paper. The proof is in the paper, sir.
Yeah. It's not like when I used to play Monopoly when I was a kid and I'd sneak like money out of the bankers. I always wanted to be the banker so I could sneak the 500s out of there. Yeah.
That's not surprising, Jordan. It's not surprising.
Yeah. But only when I was a kid. Yeah. But yeah, Richie.
All right, my next nomination. I know I'm not going to get on S tier. I don't think it's S tier. I'll put for A, and it's more of a my pick because I don't know. If you probably noticed before, if you're observant, I was rolling up my sleeves because I'm trying to show something. I've got a Beavis tattoo. Beavis and Butthead, and I got a
That's awesome.
So I'm gonna go Beavis and Butthead to America. I think this movie's fun. I'm stoked that it's coming back. I'm looking forward to the new movie. This is just I know Beavis and Butthead aren't for everybody, so I'm not gonna put S tier. No, put an A. Put an A, Jordan.
Okay.
A tier.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be that bold to put on an S. So no, it's not an S movie, but like it still has great. I watched it recently. It still has great lines. This right here's a Hoover Dam. Is this anyone there? Goddamn.
Yeah.
There's just I enjoy the 90 minutes I spend with these idiots. So it's great, and just like trying to interact with society around them. And also, another thing about just about it, it's weird. I like how in society they can't adapt. They're pretty clueless, but when they're watching music videos, and they know what they're talking about. It's just like that they kind of know what they're talking about. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, so I love this movie. It's not an S tier, but I'll punt for A. Here we go.
Yeah. Cousin Ryan, what do you think?
All right, I'll be the first one to do it. I don't think it's an A tier personally. I'd go more of a B tier. I mean, it's a watchable movie. For me, Beavis and Butthead hit home back with MTV, and when they did the music videos, they had their small bits. That's what Beavis and Butthead for me was enough to want to watch it. The movie had some good laughs, but I don't know. It's not something I'd want to regularly watch again. So I think I'm gonna have to say B tier on it.
That's fair. It was bold.
No, I understand where you're coming from, though. I get it.
Yeah, it's fair.
Rich G, I love you, buddy. There's nothing more annoying to me than Beavis and Butthead. I'm sorry. For some reason it never hit with me, and I was of the age that this, I watched this coming out every week, and I watched the music videos on MTV, but this Beavis and Butthead just never clicked with me. And I've seen the movie. I think the music video with Cher is kind of fun. But I don't know. It is a road movie. It's just, like I said, the humor's just never been for me. I'm sorry I got to do this. I'm going to put it like a D.
Oh, ouch.
Not even for the great Red Hot Chili Peppers music video, Roller Coaster. That's great.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give it a C then.
Wow.
All right.
Damn.
more fair.
Come on, Moose.
Yeah.
Even when Ebert gave this 2 thumbs up, bro. Like they even like.
I just watched that episode.
Yeah. So it's funny you brought this up. I was contemplating bringing it up, but I'm glad Richie did. I'm gonna put this in A tier as well. I think it's a great A tier movie. It still holds up. It's really really funny. Richie, I saw some article that said they're uploading them to Paramount Plus and they're gonna restore all the music video segments with that, which is awesome. Which is great because all the boxes that I have don't have those in there. So I know what I'm be doing for the next month. But yeah, like all the stuff is a lot of fun. All the different places they stop, like you said, like the Hoover Dam, all the stuff in DC, the different churches and things they stop on the way with the nuns. Like everything's just a lot of fun. Kind of seeing them out in the world away from just their couch and their school and the burger place they work at. It's a lot of fun. So good fish out of water stuff. I'll give it an A tier.
Yeah. Hey, Butthead, do you think we're ever going to score? Well, I probably will, but not you. You're too much of a butt monkey. You're just like all those random lines that they just say back and forth to each other. And like I'm a huge Beavis and Butthead fan. Like I should have worn my Beavis and Butthead shirt for this. I got a pretty cool Beavis and Butthead shirt. But like for me, like I would rank it even higher. Like I'm a massive Beavis and Butthead fan. I just like the kind of off the wall. Like something one of my me and my best friends growing up kind of connected on, which we didn't always connect on a lot of things, but that's what kind of made it fun, the friendship fun, because we had kind of different things, but we always connected on Beavis and Butthead for whatever reason. So like I think that I'm gonna say S tier. Like I love me some Beavis and Butthead, and also too all the scenes where they're like on the bus with all the old people and they're like hitting on the old ladies and stuff. Like it's just it's a fun time. So yeah, S tier for me. But JPO, what do you think?
I dig it actually. It's a fun movie. It's not S tier. I'd say it's a high B for me, man. I have fun. It's something I would watch again. It's been a minute, so that's kind of where it's leveled at for me for movies. If I have kind of a low tolerance for them, but I enjoy them in small doses, and I'll go B. It's a fun one.
Yeah.
Well, well, this one's the first one that's all over the place. We got an S, 2 A's, 2 B's, and a C. So it's kind of either low A, high B kind of territory. So somewhere around there. You can probably leave it where it is. It might get bumped down a little bit if other things drop into the A. We'll see.
Yeah.
There. All right. We'll go to Cousin Ryan. What's your next nomination, sir?
Yeah. My next one, for me, it's going to be an A tier. Or an S tier. We talked about this on Mark's Top 64. I just watched it again today, and I know him and his wife watched it recently, so he knows where I'm going with this one. But Tommy Want Wingy, give me some Tommy Boy S tier. Selling brake pads. That movie is so quotable over and over and over again. The things that they do, David Spade, Chris Farley, the perfect duo. Rest in peace, Farley. We can imagine what they could have done more together, but. That movie, hands down, S tier.
Yep. Well, Moose, what do you think?
Yes, I agree 100%. I love Tommy Boy, and I absolutely think that this is an S tier movie. And we just finished rewatching it last night. We started Sunday night and finished it up last night. It was my wife's first time watching it, and the emotional beats hit in this movie. The scene when Big Tom Callahan passes, man, damn, get you. But it just
why is it the bagpipes Amazing Grace is so damn like why does that always hit us so hard in movies, man?
Every time. Yeah. And then he's just walking slowly back to Callahan Auto. Oh, it's so freaking good. Tommy Boy, endlessly requotable. My face hurts not so much here or here, but right here.
Right here.
It's so good. Good call, Cousin Ryan. Yeah. This is definitely an S tier road trip movie.
Yep. Well, Austin, what do you think?
Sir, it's a Taxicab air freshener. You pinpointed it. Sees to it, washing it off.
Yeah.
I would argue also one of the Dan Aykroyd performances post Ghostbusters. Yes. I think he's phenomenal too. Like he's great. Good supporting cast. I mean, what's there to say about the chemistry between Farley and Spade? We talked about it before on our different comedy episodes and things. This one's an all timer, and just a great road trip stuff. At the heart of it, with them going from city to city, selling the brick pads. So it's a great road trip, a really great comedy. S tier.
Yeah, my whole life sucks. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. My dad just died. We just killed Bambi. I'm out here getting my butt kicked, and every time I drive down the road, I want to jerk the wheel to a goddamn bridge embankment. Holds the hair. Yeah. It's good stuff.
And then at the end, he's like, "Do you validate?"
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah. Get out. Yeah. But it's an easy S tier, yeah. Like Tommy Boy is just classic. Like it's in my top, probably like at least top 50 movies of all time, maybe even higher. I'm still trying to finalize mine because we're doing my top 128 part 1 on Sunday, so I'm trying to kind of narrow it down and see where it's gonna have its final resting spot on my list. But yeah, it'll be S tier, yeah. Jordan.
Brothers don't shake hands. Brothers gotta hug. I love this movie. This is absolutely an S tier. Absolutely would have been brought up by me if no one had mentioned it in the next round or two. Yeah, I love this movie, man. This is a huge rewatch, and still to this day. I remember a few years ago finding there's like notebooks of it in Walmart, like just like notebooks you could write in. Like it shows you the staying power of this movie that in the year 2020, 2019, whatever it was, there's still merch being made because people love this movie, and I absolutely do too. Absolutely S tier, absolutely.
Yep. Richie?
Yeah, I don't really know what I can add to other people haven't said, but yeah, this movie's fantastic. It's and Mr. Chris Farley. I think this was the best, best performance, and it's fantastic. So yes, S. I'd agree S as well.
Yeah, and I had to pull out the pop figures. I got my Chris Farley with the brake pads there, and then the David Spade there. So yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, but yeah, sounds like it's unanimous though. It'll stay in the S tier, so we'll just put it up maybe by like Dumb and Dumber and Vacation. So
all right, go to Moose.
Yeah, Moose. What do you want to nominate?
So for the next movie, I'm going to give you one of the greatest sports movies of all time, and that is the movie Kingpin.
Ooh, yeah. Kingpin.
I'm gonna give Kingpin an S tier. I think this is one of I think Dumb and Dumber and Kingpin were probably the best two Farrelly Brothers movies, and I think that this movie is so freaking funny. Again, another endlessly quotable one. A lot of people forget about Kingpin, but damn, this movie's so freaking funny. And this is another one that absolutely, Cousin Ryan will attest to this. This is one that my father watched at least once a week for like 2 years. He loved this movie. I put it in the S tier. I have a hunch it's not going to stay there, but I love Kingpin. I definitely think it's worth mentioning as a great road trip movie.
Yeah. Austin, what do you think?
So I have the Blu-ray sitting over there, and I've never watched it. Haven't gotten around to it yet. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah, haven't seen it yet.
Okay, well, treat yourself on your night off.
No, I'm not opposed to it. I just am on the stack of shit I haven't gotten to yet. So yeah, I want to though.
Yeah, there's actually a movie I've seen that Austin hasn't. That's like a rare thing here. But yeah, because I've seen Kingpin probably about 3 times. I haven't seen it a lot, but I had a roommate who would put it on all the time. He really loved watching this movie, and it was a lot of fun, especially Randy Quaid's character just playing that kind of Amish guy, Ishmael, Ishmael Bull.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he has the little like hook hand, and then Bill Murray, Ernie McCracken shows up. So it's fun. Yeah. For me, probably need to watch it maybe another time or two, but to really want to put it in the S tier. For right now, I think that it's a solid A. I really do like it, but it's probably more of an A for me. So, but Jordan.
I hate being the bad guy. I really do. But yeah, I'm not as high as some others are. I think I've said this before on the channel. I do like it. I do enjoy it. Again, maybe like Jordan said, maybe I'm due for a rewatch. It's definitely been a while. I'm gonna say B. I just remember not liking it as much as others, even before I knew there was hype around it, within the fan base. But yeah, I like it. But yeah, it's just a B for me personally.
Yeah. Richie, what do you think?
Cool, man. Well, thanks, Jordan. You're taking the heat off me. I agree. I think this movie's good. Maybe I just haven't watched it enough to sort of get it to that level where it's for me. I have a soft spot for bowling movies. I think I like different bowling in general. So when it's a bowling movie, I'll watch it. And also I think Bill Murray is a great, just a great villain. He plays a great dick, and I don't know. Maybe maybe that's true to real life sometimes if you hear certain stories. But yeah, I just can't. It doesn't. It's not. It doesn't hold the candle to me to some of these others on this list that are in tier. So I will also go B.
Yeah. Well, cousin Ryan, what do you think?
I'm gonna have to agree with the other two. This for me wasn't a rewatchable movie in my opinion. Although I will say that knowing that the bowling scene when he rolled all those strikes, that was real. That actually happened. So I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but that was really, really cool thing for me. Again, funny movie, not something I'd watch. It came out in the mid '90s time where all these goofy comedies were coming out, and it was good. But for me, the same year it came out was Black Sheep, and that was kind of my preference over this.
Yeah.
Let's say B for Kingpin for me. I knew you were gonna do that, Haas. I knew it, but yeah, Kingpin's
Black Sheep.
I love that.
Same. Black Sheep's great.
Oh.
But well,
we're at one S, 1A, and 3 Bs, so it might be either low A or high B, something like that. Yeah, it's gonna get knocked a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it'll probably be at the top of B. I kind of feel like we got so many Bs. I feel like so, but a high B. We'll kind of see.
Right.
But Austin, you got
So I'm gonna get in a little bit of the time machine for this one. This is a pick kind of for my dad. It's a movie he loves, and I've grown to love over the years, and grown my appreciation for. That's one of the kind of old school road trip movies. I'm gonna go Easy Rider, with Dennis Hopper and Peter Fonda. So yeah, it's over on the left, over there. Yeah, left side.
Yep, got it.
Yeah, so my dad's he's a motorcycle guy. He does a lot of motorcycle road trips, especially later in his life. He loves kind of motorcycle movies. But yeah, this is kind of a quintessential counterculture movie from 1969. Kind of when Hollywood was going through a transition phase. There was a lot of counterculture movies. Hollywood was kind of transferring out of old Hollywood into this new sort of experimental films. That they would have in the late 60s, early 70s. This was definitely one of them. These two guys on this motorcycle road trip, kind of trying to find their place in the world as everybody's kind of rejecting them, their culture for, kind of moving on from the hippie culture and things like that, and trying to move past that. And these guys are kind of stuck in this time bubble. So, and yeah, it's just kind of an exploration of this counterculture movement and these guys clinging on to it. But like I said, Peter Fonda and Dennis Hopper are great. Hopper directed it, and they pick up Jack Nicholson on the way in a really early role, and he's really fun in the movie as kind of this drifter that they pick up and hang out with. Yeah, not the greatest pure story in the world, but a really cool, fun character study and a hangout movie and a good road trip movie. So I'll shoot my shot for S tier. I don't know if it'll stay there or not, but this pick is kind of more for my dad, so and me as well. I do like this movie a lot. So yeah, I'll go S tier for Easy Rider, but I will understand if it doesn't hold up over the course of the episode.
Yeah. Well, I can't back you up because I haven't seen it, so so it's just one of my blind spots, so I can't really say anything. But Jordan,
as a wise man once said, I haven't seen it either.
Oh, yeah.
I figured this might happen.
You should say I haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you'd think, given my age, that maybe I haven't seen this, but I have. Because I think my dad also showed me this movie because he once owned a video store, and it was one of the the
Nice.
quintessential movies that he wanted to show me. So yeah, no, and I really liked it. Yeah, there's not like the plot, it's not, but like just it's cool. Like it's just like yeah. I do really enjoy it. I've only seen it a couple of times, so I don't really have it like in high esteem as like maybe some other people, but I understand why it's loved. I will go A.
Yeah, sounds good. Cousin Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, this isn't something I've ever seen or even heard of. So I saw it on the list, and it was one of the ones I couldn't get to. But
okay,
your description of it, Pez, I kind of want to watch it, so I might check it out after this.
Yeah, yeah. Moose, what do you think?
I will give Easy Rider probably a little bit more love and put it in the A tier. Yeah, the story's aged out quite a bit, but to Pez's point, I mean, the movie making on this was at this time when there was very cookie cutter like Hollywood movies, and this was breaking the mold. And this is, we had an actor coming in, and well, let me rephrase that. Dennis Hopper directed it, starred in it, and him and Peter Fonda wrote the movie. So this is kind of a like actors, that like new movement of actors both creating content and then directing content, and it still holds up. Yeah, I mean Nicholson is still great in this one. Peter Fonda is amazing. Yeah, I mean just for the acting alone, it absolutely deserves a higher grade. So I'll put it at an A.
Cool.
Yeah. We got 3 votes, so we got an S.
S and 2 A's. I'm going to knock that A. I figured that would happen. Again, just this is more of a represent. Much like on we did a war movies episode, and I was trying to hawk some of the war movies that my dad introduced me to, and that are a fan of his. So I was trying to hawk some of the older stuff. Shout out for those movies every now and then. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to Jordan.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go to a movie that I've been sleeping on for a little bit, and I don't know if enough people have actually seen this movie on the panel, but we'll see. It's a movie that I watched this morning to kind of prep for this, but I want to go with one of the few animated movies. I want to go with The Mitchells versus the Machines.
Yeah, you start my pick.
Yeah. Well, as good as at least you've seen it. Let's see. Where did I know it's here.
At the bottom. It's at the bottom. I saw it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, but this movie, man, like when I watched it this morning, this movie like blew me away. If you haven't seen this movie, like holy crap, like this movie like skyrockets at least into my top 10, maybe even top 5 animated movies of all time. Even after just watching it, it's like it's already up there for me. Like this movie is just so good. Like it just has like great humor. It has a really cool animation style that's kind of similar to maybe like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, but without the kind of dizziness and the stuff that gives you headaches, though. So like minus that, and it has a lot of heart too. Like even teared up a little bit in it because there's some things about family in it where the dad and the daughter don't really see eye to eye, and it's like the daughter wants to be a filmmaker and wants to go to film school, but the dad doesn't even really know anything about technology, and he wants to live in the woods in a cabin, but he gives up his dream for his family, and so by the end the daughter has to realize how selfish she's being, and they kind of come together. But then also there's a robot invasion, like a robot apocalypse that happened. They're the last family left on Earth essentially, and they have to try to save the world from all these like cell phones and smart technology that are taking over. So it's a lot of fun though. Like it's a movie that I kind of just put in the background where I was kind of prepping for the show, and I kept getting distracted because like the movie kept pulling me in. Like it was just like, man, like it's so good. So I hope that enough of you have seen it, but yeah, this is an absolute S tier for me. It's a movie that I never thought like. And when I look at it, like it doesn't seem like a movie I'd be that interested in, but like it really one of those ones where you have low expectations and then that expectation ends up here. So yeah. But JPO, what do you think?
No, yeah, man, I've seen it. It's a really fun movie, man. I was actually a little late to the party. I feel like I saw this probably only a few months ago. Well after it had been out for almost a year at that point. No, I dug it, man. Humor, heart, it's all here. It looks great. I don't know if I'd say S. Maybe that's just because it's a little early, and I kind of want to sit on movies sometimes before bringing to that mecha level. but it's an A for me, man. I want to say it was snubbed at the Oscars. I want to say so.
Yeah.
I'd say A.
Yeah. Well, Richie.
Yeah, man. I mean, it is sort of like new, but I don't know. It hit me really well, so I'm gonna say S. Danny McBride is fantastic as the boomer dad who just has
yes.
I think he's fantastic, and it's just a great cast, great like commentary on like capitalism and consumerism. It's just and like the comic relief robots, they're pretty fun. I think.
They're pretty funny.
It's a fantastic movie. It's sort of self-contained movie, but I wouldn't mind seeing this family again in another movie. But yeah, like I can't gush enough about this movie. But yeah, it's an S tier. But I understand like a lot of people probably want.
Yeah. And also, one of the fun facts that I found out about it is they have this cross-eyed pug dog that the family has. That's pretty funny, and they actually use some motion capture on a real pug to actually get some of the shots of the dog in it, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, but cousin Ryan, what do you think? Have you seen it?
No, honestly, I've never even heard this movie until you send out that list. Again, there was just so many that I was trying to catch up on. This wasn't one, so I can't really give an opinion on this one.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Moose, have you seen it?
Heard good stuff. Never seen it.
Yeah, yeah, that's all right. Austin,
it came up in the prep for one of the other movies. I watched 10 minutes of it and I turned it off because it had that same animation style as Spider-Verse, and that shit gave me a headache. So I just turned it off before I got sick. So, but I will put it in the haven't seen category because I didn't watch enough of it. So I did just say I haven't seen it. Yeah,
I'm so sorry you missed out on wonderful things like this in Spider-Verse, Bez. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. That shit gives me I'm getting old, and that shit gives me a fucking headache. I don't like modern animated movies a lot.
Turn down the music.
Yeah,
for me,
get off my. Getting old.
Animated movies days.
Yeah,
for me, Spider-Verse gave me a headache, but for whatever reason, this didn't. Like I feel like they kind of toned it down a little bit from the 3D kind of wobbly style. But yeah, but we got 2 S's and an A, but it's only 3 votes. So I don't know if it goes to like the top of A or because it probably doesn't get.
It'll probably be the top of A because I don't think in the end 2 is going to be enough to get it into S anyways. So it's probably going to end up being in the top of A anyways. Yeah.
They also have giant Furbies. That was what.
Oh yeah, the giant Furbies are pretty hilarious. Yeah.
Great 80s, 90s references in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the mom at the end, like they have a mom that just goes berserk at the end, just like beating the hell out of all these robots. It's pretty fun. But anyways, we'll go back to JPO. So you got another one you want to nominate?
Ooh, okay. You know, guys, we have fun, but sometimes I like to get a little serious here. So for S tier, I'm gonna nominate again. I'm kind of in the same boat of you last time. I hope enough people have seen it. The End of the Tour from 2015.
All right.
Jason Segel, Jesse Eisenberg are absolutely fantastic in this. Segel playing David Foster Wallace, a different Segel that you've seen from things like How I Met Your Mother and Forgetting Sarah Marshall. He's so good in this. It's a little heartbreaking towards the end if you know the story of what ends up happening to the author here, but there's just some great dialogue here, man, and I'm a big fan of just good dialogue. There's nothing super fancy about the movie, but it worked so well, surpassed my expectations. It's a movie I'd love to try to champion and get more people to see if you haven't. So I'm gonna go shoot it for S tier. End of the Tour.
Yeah, sounds good. Richie, what do you think?
I have seen this once. It was great. I really enjoyed it, and I do think more people need to see it. It hasn't set with me. Maybe it didn't kind of grab me as much as like some of the When the Machines does, and I probably need to give it another watch to kind of maybe cement it as S tier. But I would go A.
Yeah. Sounds good. Cousin Ryan, have you seen it?
Yeah, so I have. I've only seen it once, but I will say the memorable parts of it. I'm a big fan of Jason Segel. I wouldn't say it'd be an S tier for me because obviously I haven't watched it since the first time. So I think I'd have to go with more of a B, high B, low A tier for me.
Yeah.
No, he's at A.
Yeah. Sounds good. Moose, what do you think?
Still waiting for the Jason Segel, Andre the Giant movie. But
yeah.
I have seen this movie. Rich G kind of put it like used a term that was very good. I've seen it. I did think it was good. It didn't resonate with me enough to kind of stick with me. But also, I'm not in the neighborhood of this being like an all-time like road trip type movie. They just kind of travel to his hometown at one point in time. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna probably give this a B. Like I said, I think the movie was great. I think it was great acting. It's good to actually see Segel kind of play a serious role for a change. We all know him as, the giant, lovable, slapstick comedy kind of guy. So it was great. And I'd actually like to see Segel do more dramatic stuff. But yeah, I'll give this a B.
I always said Haas reminded me of Jason Segel from How I Met Your Mother. He's totally Marshall.
Okay, so one time I decided to wear like this straw hat, like to the bar with some friends, and like two people actually came up to me and mistook me for Jason Segel. They were like, "Oh, you look like the guy from Forgetting Sarah Marshall."
Nice.
Because I had this stupid fucking straw hat on, so never wore that again.
Yeah.
Around the time of 21 Jump Street, when Jonah Hill was really skinny, and I had the same haircut I have now, and I wasn't wearing my glasses at a bar, I got mistaken for Jonah Hill twice.
Wow.
But
All the time people are like, "Is that Ryan Gosling?" I'm like, "Nah, it's just me, Jordan." They're like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah.
I'll tell you
I swore it was Ryan Gosling.
This actually happened too. It's so weird. I was at a bar, and then I can't remember his name, but there's a guy in a wheelchair that's on Nitro Circus.
Wheels.
They
call them Wheels.
Yeah. I literally got mistaken for him. I don't know why. But we don't look anything alike. And I'm like, please don't ask me to do tricks. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Dave Bautista? Nah, it's just Richie.
Like do a backflip on your wheelchair, Richie. Yeah. But Austin, what do you think?
I've heard good things, but I haven't seen it, so just have to abstain.
Yeah, I've heard good things too. I haven't seen it either, but I will say that I'm a big fan of like when it comes to dramas, like when they have really well written dialogue, kind of like an Aaron Sorkin, Danny Boyle, some of those things, like in that kind of vein, like anything that it's just really well written that'll hook me, even if the rest of it's not good. But I haven't seen it, so I can't really say. So I definitely want to check it out. You piqued my interest, so yeah. But where are the votes at?
An S, an A, and two B's, so maybe like a mid A range right now, something like that. Maybe
put it about right there.
All right.
So Richie.
Another movie that I really enjoyed, and not only is it a decent road trip movie, it's a good just bromance movie. And I'm going to nominate Sideways. I think Sideways is a very good movie. I love it. I think it's really funny. Paul Giamatti and Thomas Hayden Church. Have really great chemistry. I just think it's been a while since I've seen it, but I've seen it like a few times. It is very funny. I'll pump for S.
Yeah, sounds good. Cousin Ryan, what do you think about Sideways?
It's a good movie. I liked it. Still don't know if I'd go S tier with it. I mean, yeah, Paul Giamatti and the cast. Thomas Hayden Church. I mean, you had two Spider-Man villains. I mean, come on. It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
For me, it doesn't sit as
Either I know.
So I'd have to go. I want to have to go with a B on this one. It was good, but doesn't stick to me.
Yeah. Moose, what do you think?
One of the coolest things about the movie Sideways is the impact it actually had on the wine industry. Merlot sales went down for 3 years after this movie, and the Pinot Noir sales went up by 16%. literally a year after and year after and year after. I had to look it up because I remembered, like, my wife and I dig wine, and we've been to Napa, and we've, seen the Sideways tours that exist in Napa County, and I love the movie. I think it's a fun, like Rich G said, bromance movie between these two. And Thomas Hayden Church is just disaster in this movie.
He just wants to he Paul Giamatti just wants to chill, and Thomas Hayden Church just wants to like fuck someone before his wedding.
Yeah, he just wants to drink and fuck. Like, it's crazy, but like the like actual impact that this indie movie had on like the wine industry was crazy. I will give it an A. I definitely think that this is a solid movie. I like it. I've revisited it probably like 4 or 5 times. It's a good movie to sit back and crack open a bottle of Pinot Noir and watch.
Yeah. Sounds good. Austin, what do you think?
Yeah, it's an enjoyable movie. I'm kind of in like Ryan's camp. Like, it's not one of my personal favorites, but I mean, it's a nice, like, enjoyable kind of background watch. I'm not a wine guy, so I don't get into like the wine stuff in the movie. I'm just I just don't get into wine. But yeah, good cast. Sandra Oh is really good in that movie. And I think she should get more roles other than just random like TV stuff. She's really good. Thomas Hayden Church is a madman in that movie, but and I'm always glad to see him get more of a leading role type of thing. So, but yeah, I'll go B, but it's a really strong B, like a B+.
This is another movie that like I didn't really think it'd be a movie for me, but when I watched it, like I actually really enjoyed it, and just seeing the kind of juxtaposition between Paul Giamatti and Thomas Hayden Church, just like you see Paul Giamatti just having all this anxiety and getting frustrated about all these things, and like the OCD stuff that he has, and then Thomas Hayden Church is just like going crazy, going after women. The scene where he like shows up naked, he's like locked out, and he's totally naked. That's good stuff. And then I'm with you, Austin, on Sandra Oh's character. That's one of the better roles I've seen from her too, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'll probably give it an A, I think. I mean, I won't quite go to S, but for Thomas Hayden Church, he's kind of hit and miss. I've seen some stuff where like I thought he's just terrible in it, but this I thought he was great. So yeah, I'll say A. So, but JPO?
Sure.
I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I like it. I actually really love both these actors, but especially Paul Giamatti, seeing him finally get kind of like a leading man role. Another one of the top Oscar snubs for me too was Giamatti for this movie. Somehow got overlooked. Everyone was saying it, and it just didn't happen. Finally got some respect for Cinderella Man like the next year or two. But yeah, some really good moments in here, man. Some great performances here. Also Madsen and O as well. I want to give them a shout out. So yeah, I think it's a solid A though. For me, it is pretty darn good.
Yeah. So what are the votes?
All right, so we're at 1 S, 3 A's, and 2 B's. So kind of another mid A, something like that.
Yeah, you put it right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
okay.
So we're back to cousin Ryan. So you got one you want to nominate?
I do, and I'm going to take a swing with this one because I'm not sure who's all seen this and what you guys feel, but probably one of my favorite movies as a kid, and I still watch it to this day. It hits home. The Wizard is probably one of my favorite movies to watch. I can watch it over and over and over. Fred Savage, Christian Slater. I mean, I don't know. But I will say, though, the whole ploy about the Power Glove was bullshit because it doesn't work that well. So,
yeah.
But, traveling to California with this kid so he can go and play in the video game.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan. Do you mean California? California. He says it over and over. California.
He says it?
For a while, I started feeling like it was just in my head. I watched that movie so much. I love that movie. But so for me, it's an S tier. It just hits home, nostalgic, and it is a road trip. So.
Yeah. Sounds good. Moose, what do you think?
It's definitely a nostalgic vote on your end to put this in the S. This movie's okay. I mean, I like that the last it just kind of is of the times, because like the final game that they're playing, the like newly released game, is Super Mario 3.
Yeah.
So yeah,
at Universal Studios, so it's like a total shill for the theme park and the game.
Yeah. This movie's okay. I'll give you a little love, Ryan, and put it at least in like a low B. But this movie just doesn't strike me as much as maybe it does others. So it's okay.
You're not much of a video game nerd, so I get it.
Yeah, it's okay. And still beat you, but it's okay.
Yeah. Well, Austin, what do you think?
So yeah, I've seen it. I only came to it like 2 years ago when I was watching it for like a podcast I was listening to. I just never seen it, and it's one of those movies, Ryan. I have this like 10-pack DVD of like family films, and it's one of the 10 movies in there, alongside like Sergeant Bilko and Cop and a Half, and like The Borrower, and like all these like random like family films. So it's in there. I don't want to rain on the parade. That movie sucks. That movie's garbage. That movie stinks. I understand you have like nostalgia for it. I can appreciate that. We all have those movies in our life, but man, watching it as like a 34-year-old, I was like, bro, this movie stinks. And it's just a one big advertisement for Nintendo, and it's even that good of a one. So I'm sorry, I gotta put it in like a D tier. I think this movie kind of stinks. Sorry.
I was expecting this.
Yeah. It's a bad movie. Yeah.
Well, so The Wizard is a movie I've been wanting to watch for a while. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. And you think that I would? 'Cause I'm a massive Nintendo fan. I have Nintendo all over. I got a Yoshi right behind me. I got Nintendo stuff sprinkled all over my house. But and I'm actually getting ready to start doing some gaming on the channel, so you'll see some Nintendo stuff popping up. But I have not seen it. I'm also a huge Fred Savage fan too. So I mean, but yeah, for whatever reason, I just haven't gotten around to it, so I can't really comment. So, but at JPO, what do you think about The Wizard?
Unfortunately, all I know of this movie is it's a Power Glove movie. It's not slightly before my time, and it was never really brought up to me as a kid, so I haven't seen it, unfortunately.
Yeah. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, this movie's a shameless ad. It's kind of like how what Ready to Rumble is to WCW, which is just an ad of WCW. This is an ad for it's just an ad for Nintendo. Look, I can understand. I can definitely understand like being a kid and loving this movie. Fucking being in that world. But yeah, so that's not like I don't know. I don't know if it would hold up with like maybe kids age these days. I don't know if they would appreciate it. But yeah, like Austin said, as like also a guy in my 30s, and I watched it probably late. I was probably like mid to late 20s, but still there. And I'm like, man, this movie's fucking silly. So I don't hate it, Austin, but I don't know. I would probably I put it at a low C. Go C.
Yeah. Well, the votes are all over. So what do we have?
Yeah. S, a B, a C, and a D. So we'll throw them a bone and put it in B tier. B tier. Yeah. We'll
take it.
Put it down.
That's fair.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
we'll go with a Moose. All right.
Moose. Yeah, you got one you wanna nominate?
My next one will be the serious nomination. This one is a very underrated comedy in my opinion. Let's talk a little Due Date, fellas.
Oh, I bet.
Ooh, all right.
I love this movie. And it's not just because I like RDJ. It's because RDJ is a total prick in this movie and plays it so well. And Galifianakis is just playing Galifianakis. Like, he's basically playing, the same character from The Hangover. But the two mesh so well, and the heart starts to hit, especially when you start learning about why Galifianakis is actually on this road trip. Danny McBride's cameo is the guy in the wheelchair, and when then he beats the shit out of him, and he tells him like, "I got a reservation at Chili's." He's like, "Really? You made a reservation at Chili's?" Like, I don't know. I like Due Date. I think Due Date's a lot of fun. My wife and I constantly quote that line with each other. Where at the end of the movie, where they're finally buddies, and Galifianakis is walking away, Robert Downey Jr. says to him, he's like, "Hey, welcome to Hollywood." And Galifianakis turns around. He's like, "What was that? You want me to come back over there and talk to you?" Like, it's so funny. So I'm going to put Due Date in the S tier. I don't think it's going to get the love that I think it should deserve, but I love this movie.
Yeah. Well, Austin, what do you think?
So I saw it in the theater. I have not seen it since then, which to me reminds me of how I felt about a movie at the time, which I'm pretty sure I hated this movie when I saw it. I'm pretty sure I did not have a good experience. I remember coming out of the theater both being disappointed, but also not liking it because there wasn't a single likable character in this movie. I think they were all kind of despicable. And to me, I need to kind of at least latch on to somebody. So just because of the time difference, I won't go super harsh, but I'm going to go like in C tier because I remember not really enjoying it very much. So I'll go C.
Yeah, this movie is kind of interesting. Like I do like it. Like I kind of feel like it's almost like what The Hangover would have been if it was a road trip kind of thing, because it's like you even have Todd Phillips actually acting in this movie, so like he shows up in that, and and you also have Charlie Sheen and John Cryer showing up, the 2.5 Men. They both like show up at different points, and that scene when they go flying off the bridge and their car wrecks and ends up upside down. How they walk out of there without a single scratch on them, it's just beyond me. They just walk out.
No, if you remember, Downey Jr.'s all beat to shit. He breaks his arm, and Galifianakis walks out without a scratch because he fell asleep at the wheel. And he's like, "I was so relaxed that when I landed, my body just like flopped into place."
Well, it looks like someone that should have died, and like how they even survived it. I was just like, "Geez, yeah." But yeah, the movie's fun. Like I probably need to go back and give it another watch. But I mean, I'm not going to say that I love it or anything. I would probably give it more of like a B for me. Like, we're probably higher than the other two movies on the B tier. So yeah, I'll say B. But JPO?
I'm with you on that. Due Date's a bit of a mixed bag for me. I don't think all the segments work. But there are several good laughs here, and they do kind of like a plane chase on automobiles, try to get you to sympathize with Galifianakis towards the end there. So like I said, some of it does work. It's something I've revisited a couple times, so it's a B for me.
Yeah. Well, Richie?
Yeah, I think it's better than people sort of gave it credit for at the time. It's definitely a good movie. I was on a funny. I when I watched this movie, I was on a date, and then like I think at the start, right at the start before the movie started, I think I embarrassed her because like she's like the lights dimmed down, and I was like, and she's like she says something dumb. She's like, "Oh, it's so dark in here." And I'm like, "Yeah, it tends to be in movies," and people heard me and they started fucking laughing. So I was just like, yeah, and like I enjoyed this movie. Like it definitely has its good lines. Like when he's like he's throwing the ashes over the bridge. He's like, "Dad, you're like a father to me." That's so dumb. But yeah, and then like when he spits it, when Robert Downey Jr. just spits in the dog's face. It's like,
yes.
Yeah, and then, like he's got a 2.5 Men like fan site called it's raining2.5men.com. But yeah, like it's not like it doesn't all work for me though, and it's not like a classic or anything like that. But I would say B.
Yeah. Well,
Ryan.
Yeah, because Ryan.
I'm gonna hate to do this, but unfortunately, I agree with Moose on this one. For me, it's an S tier. Two of my favorite actors. Yes, I agree with everyone else. It's that atypical, planes, trains, automobiles type movie, but the spin they put on it with Zach Galifianakis and RDJ, I just love it. But then again, I think anyone who knows me, my obsession with RDJ runs pretty fierce, so might be partially biased, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have to agree with Haas on S tier. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, what are the votes at?
We got 2 S's, 3 B's, and a C. So probably like the low A, like kind of bottom of A, is kind of where it's going to land right now. Yeah, something like that.
We can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
Sounds good.
All right.
Well, Austin, you're up. So
yeah, I got another kind of older one, not super old this time, like Easy Rider, but I'm gonna go with the De Niro Charles Grodin buddy movie, Midnight Run. For S tier.
My pick. Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure where it is on the chart. I saw it up near the top, I think, earlier, or
it's right here.
Okay. There, Midnight Run. There you go. This is a surprising one. I just saw it for the first time probably about 2 years ago, but I've put it on twice since then, just because I found myself enjoying it so much. It's more of like a crime road trip comedy, but it's definitely a comedy. It's a lot of fun. It's like De Niro's got to get Charles Grodin from like one coast to another, basically in a couple of days, to collect kind of a bounty on him. But Yaphet Kotto and the FBI are kind of after them as well. Joe Pantoliano is great as kind of the man in the chair, guy on the phone with him the whole time. But man, the chemistry between De Niro and Grodin is great. De Niro's obviously the straight man, but it really showcases how funny Charles Grodin could be, especially back in the day. Just his just sly lines and sarcastic humor. It has one of the best just annoyance things where they're just both sitting at like a diner thing, and Charles Grodin just going, Jack, just annoying the shit out of him because he won't talk to him, and just trying to escape literally every time they stop. He's like trying to get out of his handcuffs. He's running away, just constantly. Really fun stuff. If you haven't gone back and watched Midnight Run, I highly recommend it. So I'm going to shoot my shot for Midnight Run at S tier.
Yeah, so Midnight Run was actually one of the ones that I watched for the first time for this. I watched it earlier this morning when I got up, when I was getting ready for the day. I kind of had it playing in the background, but this movie's a lot of fun in it, and for me, it's kind of like peak Robert De Niro as far as like the performance that he gives. Like it's one of the movies you can tell he really cares and he's invested, and you really see the attitude and everything that he has. And it's pretty funny to see the kind of slow decline, because when they start, he's about to fly in first class across the country, and then slowly it's like a slow decline to where they have to get off of first class and they go into a train, and then they have to borrow someone's car, and then they're hitchhiking, and like running in the back of someone's truck to finally they're just walking, and just one kind of hijink after the next. They just run into all these crazy things. But they have really great chemistry. And I'll just say we lost a great actor in Charles Grodin. Man, I miss him. He was a great actor. So I was really surprised. So I give it an S tier. I'd probably put it maybe in a lower S personally, but I'll still say S. So yeah. But Jordan, what do you think for Midnight Run?
I'm with y'all. This is actually one of the next two I was going to bring up if we had a couple more rounds. I really dug this. I also relatively newer watching me the last couple of years and really got into it, man. Like you said, it sucks that Grodin kind of stepped away for Hollywood for a little while there. He made a couple films towards the end, The X, and he's in that one While We're Young with Ben Stiller, but he's really great here. This is kind of like great De Niro having fun here, man. It's a great destination movie. I really dug it. I actually agree. S tier. This was a really fun one.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Richie,
what do you think?
Yeah, this has come up a few times on tier ranker and tournament fights, and I'm still in my blind spot, and I still haven't, so I haven't seen it.
Okay. Yeah. Ryan, what do you think?
I'm not a big Robert De Niro fan. I know that's not going to be everyone's favorite thing for me to say, but I'm not a huge fan. This movie was hard for me to watch. I'm going to be honest. I never finished it. De Niro's not a thing for me. So I'm going to have to give it a shot again, but it wasn't my cup of tea. So I'll refrain from voting on this one.
I'm kind of the same way, Ryan, but with Al Pacino. I'm not a huge Al Pacino fan, so people kind of
love Christian
some hate for that. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, but Moose, What do you think?
De Niro is interesting to watch when he's in comedic roles because there's some that you can tell he's just having a blast in and he commits, and then there's others where you're like, oh, he's doing this because they dumped a truck full of money on his doorstep. But in Midnight Run, he is absolutely solid. I dig this movie. I think it's a lot of fun. I think De Niro's having a ton of fun. It's like the movie Analyze This. Like the first one, you could tell De Niro was totally having a blast hanging out with Billy Crystal. Yeah. And the chemistry shows, and the same thing in this movie here too, with De Niro and Gordon. And so yeah, I will echo an S tier on this one as well.
Yeah. We got quite a few S tiers for that. So
yeah, it's only 4 votes, but they're all S's, so it'll probably hang around there. In the
we can put it up there maybe.
When we have a whole lot, 4 is kind of a standard. 3 sometimes if we're kind of stretching, but 4 is kind of a standard guarantee up in there. So yeah, all right.
Yeah,
sounds good.
Well,
all right. Jordan?
Well, Austin, since you stole my pick, I'm actually going to go for maybe one that's not so good. I wasn't going to do it, but I think I'll just do it now. One of these movies on here that I cannot stand, that I don't understand why these movies continue to get made, but I want to go for the movie Tammy, and I want to put that right in the dumpster in the F tier. This movie is absolutely horrible. And like it's any of those Melissa McCarthy movies that she does with her husband, Ben Falcone, are just stinker, just fart boxes, PU, just get him out of here. That guy cannot direct. I mean, maybe he can act, but even that's debatable. I don't know. But yeah, like, I remember going to see this, and it had Susan Sarandon in it. I remember that I went to go see it on a date, and it kind of ruined the whole vibe of the date. We're walking out there like, what did we just watch? That movie was absolutely atrocious. That movie it was just so bad. So yeah, I'm gonna say F tier for Tammy, and that kind of groups in for me anything that she's done with her husband directing. So yeah, but JPO.
It sounds cruel to say, but yeah, I've said it before jokingly, like, don't work with your husband. It hasn't worked out yet. It really hasn't. Yeah, this is Melissa McCarthy is one of those actresses, man, that you really never know the quality. I guess unless the husband's directing, then you do know the quality of where you're gonna go. Because I think she's made some great films, and I absolutely love her. And then there's some really middling ones, and then there's ones like this. This thing just doesn't work. It's not even like it feels like they didn't even try that to a very large degree. There's a couple moments here. It's not that funny. It doesn't even try that hard. I'll be nice though. I can't say F. It's not as there's a couple moments of like the way she locks it. There's some charm with Melissa. Dan Aykroyd's in it. It's a solid D.
Yeah. Well, that scene alone, I chose the poster to post to another one that they had because that's one of the scenes that I just cringed the whole way through. I'm like, ooh, no.
And it's actually probably one of the funnier scenes.
Yeah, right. but Richie, what do you think?
Solid D, still a fail though. So
I'd say F for real bad.
D for dumpster.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy's frustrating. Like, I don't know, like because I don't know. I'm not saying that Ben Falcone is not like talented. I guess maybe there's something there, but like maybe he just what he like puts the screen directing wise and writing wise is not good. You can tell from the trailer that this identity thief which is there too. Super intelligence. Was that Thunder Force? Or like
I don't mind Identity Thief actually. Identity Thief's okay.
Yeah, same. I don't.
I'm not trying to put it on. I ain't trying to nominate it.
Yeah.
Identity Thief wasn't his movie, so maybe you like it a little better because it wasn't his.
I was gonna say, I don't think it is his. Yeah, exactly.
No. Identity Thief is Seth Gordon, who did Horrible Bosses.
Okay, yeah. I like Horrible Bosses. Good. Yeah, I like
the movie where she plays the mom going back to college with her daughter. That one's a Ben Falcone.
Life of the Party.
Forgettable.
Yeah.
Like I've seen it and gun to head, I can't remember anything from it.
Was that the boss as well? I think that's Falcone.
The boss is him. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I would I guess I just assume that when Melissa McCarthy's in a bad movie, he's responsible because she can act. I just watched the Starling, which is a Netflix thing with Chris O'Dowd. She's really good in it. Like, she's fantastic. So her career's frustrating, but I didn't like this movie at all. I don't think this movie knows what it wants to be. Like sometimes it's like, oh, okay, it's playing for laughs, but then it's like goes all really serious. I'm like, what? It's just the tones were really weird. Look, I kind of criticized Jordan for this before, but I was kind of giving shit for Jordan for this before, giving it a D, but I'm going to give it a D as well because I'm a hypocrite. So I don't think it's terrible, but it's bad.
Well, it's nothing against Melissa McCarthy. She can act. She's done some great stuff, but not this.
Yeah.
So, but cousin Ryan, what do you think?
I love Melissa McCarthy. I think she's hilarious. She has a lot of funny things that you guys all said. Everyone's made great points, but I think the movie she does with her husband is kind of more tending towards a specific audience of the comedy. I think that's kind of not what this group is, but it's out there. And
people that like good movies. I'm so confused.
Like someone said it, the cringe. You cringe through it. Some people love that cringe. For me, I don't like that cringe. So I get why some do, some don't like it. I did enjoy this movie a little bit for considering what it is, so I do agree with everyone else. So I'm going to go with a D.
Yeah, if you want to see a good cringe movie, just watch Dumb and Dumber. Come on.
I don't feel like that's as cringy as some of these things and what Melissa McCarthy does.
Yeah, right. But
I can bring Dumb and Dumber up again if you want me to.
Yeah, right. Sure. Yeah, but what do you think?
I have a theory about Ben Falcone in that he is the greatest salesman in Hollywood. He sells these studios. I mean, his wife is amazingly talented. Melissa McCarthy is funny. She can be dramatic. She can be emotional. Like she's such a talented actress, and her comedy hits. And then there's her husband's movies that, of course, she's going to do her husband's movies. But that dude walks into the studio and is like, listen, first off, and he opens the door and he just shows his wife and then closes the door. And he's like, let me pitch you this movie.
Yeah.
And the way that he sells them, they're like, you got it, dude. Here's the money for it. And then afterwards, they're like, what the fuck was that? Tammy's bad. It's bad. There are a couple of good beats, and again, it's good beats because Melissa McCarthy is a extremely talented actress, so she can take crap and sometimes spin that into gold, right? But not in this movie. This movie's crap. I'm not even going to give it a C for crap. I'm going to give it a D for damn, that shit is crap.
Yeah.
And I chose my word specifically right there.
Yep. Well, Austin, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm in the same group as a D. It's only a D outside of F just because I do like. Is that the one with Bateman, or is that Identity Thief, or is he in both?
Identity Thief is
Identity. This is Mark Duplass.
Am I mixing up the two? I don't know. I can't remember if I've seen Tanami. I'll just say I haven't seen. I can't rember. I get that
sure.
mixed up. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I skip. I tend to skip Ben Falcone movies. So yeah, I was trying to see why he keeps getting work. It could be because Tammy cost $20 million and made $100. That's probably one good reason for that one.
that's all that matters at the end of the day. Yeah.
The next one, The Boss, cost 30 and made 80, so still profitable. Even if you do the doubling the budget thing, still profitable. I guess Life of the Party was the next one. Let me scroll Wikipedia right here. Oh, the grosses are going down. Budget 30, box office 65. So maybe he skirted by on that one. Yeah, and that might be why the last two were on Netflix, I think, instead of theatrically. So, yeah.
And they have a Netflix TV show coming out. Y'all have fun.
Yeah, right. Well, you guys were generous and gave it a D. So, but I'm not going to put it above Blues Brothers. We'll put it right there. So
I'd rather watch Blues Brothers 2000.
Yeah. Same. But we can do one more regular round and then maybe go to the Hail Mary. What do you think? If make it quick?
It's an hour 53, so we're skirting that line. It's kind of up to the panel. If you guys want to do one more round, but we might have to go kind of quickly through it, maybe 30 seconds a pop instead of a minute. That's if you want to, we can do that. And get one more regular pick before we go into our Hail Marys. But I'll leave that to the panel. What do you guys think?
I'm cool doing one more.
Okay, you guys good?
Yeah. You guys good?
All right, cool. All right,
All right,
well,
cool.
we'll go with the ladder one more time. So, JPO, you got
Yeah.
another regular?
All right, I'll go again, kind of sort of serious. You can go right to the tippy top there, Jordan. I'm gonna go with Almost Famous. I love the kind of coming of age story. I love the kind of rock and roll lifestyle of it. The great cast here. Hudson. I don't think. What's his name? The blue guy from Watchmen, Billy Crudup. Jason Lee. It's really, really fun stuff here. I think Patrick Fugit. So, Philip Seymour Hoffman. I'm just naming the cast like I'm IMDb here. My bad. But yeah, I really enjoyed Almost Famous. I saw, several years, probably good 10, 15 years after it came out. But it really kind of sang to me. Yeah, get it singing. All right, S here.
Yep. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah. I was just like sort of jotting down my honorable mentions for in case this didn't get brought up. So Almost Famous is on there. So yeah, I think like it's definitely one of the few like S tier movies we've got left. And it's a fantastic movie. I'm sure Stephen Shepard would be happy that we brought this up. It definitely belongs in S tier. So
yeah. Cousin Ryan, what do you think?
Great movie. I don't think it'd be in my S tier type thing, so I'm just gonna say an A. I mean, it's a good movie, but not an S tier type style for me. So
yeah. Moose, what do you think?
I'm kind of in the same boat. I very much enjoy Almost Famous. I've seen it probably 7-8 times. For me, it's an A.
Yeah.
Short and sweet on this one.
Sounds good. Austin?
Yeah, I just came to Almost Famous like a month and a half ago. We were prepping for Steven's top things, and I knew it was one of his, so I wanted to get around to it. I really liked it. I'd go like A tier. I just haven't sat on it long enough or rewatched it again to really cement like sort of S tier quality. But I enjoyed it. I had fun with it, so I'll go like a solid A.
Yeah, so I hate to be the slight downer, not a huge one, but I mean, I get why people love it, and I understand like why people say that it's good. It's just not a movie that's my style that really like appeals to me that much, and so I'd probably give it about a B. I mean, I'm not gonna.
You are not a golden god.
No, well, not gonna rank it like super low or anything. Like it's still good, and I enjoyed watching it, but it's kind of just not one of my typical movies I'm gonna go back to multiple times. So yeah, I'll just say B. But
all right, so we've got 2 S's, 3 A's, and a B. So it's still near the top of A, probably. It might be in contention for an. We'll see.
Yeah, we could put it
kind of right there.
We'll
yeah. All right. Yeah. So we got that, and we'll go back to Richie. Want to pull one of those honorable mentions? A regular pick?
I mean, I've avoided bringing up this movie because I know not a lot of people. I don't know if other people have seen it, and people who have it and hold it in high regard as me. I know there are people in the community that love this movie, so maybe there's some of them here. But it's one of my favorite comedies. I'm going to go for A, but I'm going to go for A tier. Just pump A tier, which is bold. I'm going to go Nothing to Lose, which is Tim Robbins and Martin Lawrence. That movie is so fucking funny. Yeah. I watched it I watched it about 50 times. It's just about a guy who Tim Robbins plays this he works for advertising agencies that he wants to surprise his wife, for the anniversary. He comes home and sees two people like having sex in his bed, so he just like walks out and drives out, walks out. And then he's like driving along, and then he gets mugged at gunpoint by Martin Lawrence, and then they just go on this like big huge road trip, which and then they become friends, even though they rob his boss at some point, it's just the chemistry is is great. Just some great lines like this. The scene where he gets Tim Robbins he has a spider on his head. He goes, and he's like, Martin Lawrence is filming it. He goes, "There's a spider on your head." He's like, "What do you mean? There's wacky lingo. There's a spider on your head." It's like, it means there's a spider on your motherfucking head, man. And then they do this like he does this like dance, and his shoes gets caught on fire, and then there's like Scatman's in the background. I'm probably not doing justice. It's really funny. So yeah, I know that not a lot of people have seen it. That's why I brought up like Nothing to Lose.
Yeah. Sounds good. Cousin Ryan, what do you think?
So I have seen this movie, and I will agree it is an A. I love Tim Robbins, Andy Dufresne. I could watch anything that he does. It was a good movie, and it's back to that time in the '92 when Tim Robbins, Martin Lawrence, all them were like doing those really big, funny movies. So I'm a huge fan. So I'll stick with A on that. I agree 100%.
All right.
Yeah, Moose. What do you think?
I had forgotten this movie existed until this exact moment. But hearing Rich G's description made me remember, like, this was a funny movie. Like, I'm gonna have to go back and revisit this one. It is. I saw this one in theaters, but I don't know if I've revisited it. And I think because of that, I'll probably give it a B. But hearing your description, I remember that scene, and I remember like Tim Robbins had a weird like way of fighting, and he elbows him, and and he like elbows him in the face, and Martin Lawrence is like, "What the fuck was that?" Yeah, it's starting to come back to me, and I remember it being kind of a fun movie. I haven't seen it in so long, so I'll give it a B though.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm almost exactly the same as Moose. I know for a fact me and my dad rented this movie and watched it. I do remember that, and us being like, it was pretty good. But man, I have not seen this movie in like 25 years. I have not revisited since like 98 or 99. Like I'm due for a rewatch. So I might even pick up a used DVD or something and check it out. Yeah, I'm definitely due for a rewatch. I would probably appreciate it way more now than I did then. So yeah, I need to revisit. I know you brought it up before, Richie. I know you love this movie. I will try to revisit it, but for now, yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'll say B because I remember liking it, but then I was kind of a kid, so it is what it is. But I haven't seen it in forever. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen this movie a couple times. It's been a long time for me too, but like I remember like John C. McGinley, he's one of the like henchmen guys that are kind of after him. They're being chased by these henchmen guys that they're like I think they're.
And one's Giancarlo Esposito as well. The other guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then they have like, did they steal some money or some diamonds or something like that?
Yeah,
trying to get something like that.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite scenes though, that's always memorable for me. That'd be Genning when they're like sitting in the diner, like having breakfast, and then Martin Lawrence finds out that his wife cheated on him, and he's like,
"What a pussy!"
He's like,
what did you do?
He's like, "I bet you went after him, huh?"
Did you? He's
like, "I bet you went up," and you capped his ass, like cling. You just capped his ass, right, with a baseball bat. He's like, "No,
I just walked off."
I just walked off, and he's like, "You just walked off? What are you talking about? You just walked off?" Yeah, pretty good stuff. It's kind of classic Martin Lawrence, like him doing his Martin Lawrence thing. That's pretty funny, and like some scenes near the end. I remember, like, it's been so long, but I remember a scene of them where they're like trying to get the diamonds or whatever, and they're like sneaking around in like some kind of office building, trying to get out of there, and they're trying to get out of there without setting off the alarms and everything. And it's pretty funny stuff there too. So yeah, like, so I have a good time with it. So yeah, I'll say A for Nothing to Lose. It's a fun movie. So yeah, but JPO, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with A as well. Kind of like Richie said when he first started. Like, I was happy to find out that other people kind of dig this movie here. I remember this being one I found on cable one night and really enjoyed, and I think I even taped it on a VHS. And I dug it, and I'm happy to see other people kind of dig it too. It is worth the rewatch. It's a fun one.
Yeah. I forgot that it's Giancarlo Esposito with John C. McGinley. That's a good duo right there. but yeah. So what are the votes at?
So it's 4 A's and 2 B's.
Okay, so
yeah,
I'm just saying A. So
just stay in A.
Sure, I'll just bump it up a couple for 4 A's. Yeah, but But cousin Ryan, you got one.
So it's funny you say that because Nothing to Lose, Blue Streak were like right around the same time for Martin Lawrence, and they're like the same movie if you actually look at it. So it's really funny.
Yeah.
So for me, I think my next one, my S, is going to be a movie. I love this movie so much. And we're in backcountry, so give me some Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I think it's a great movie. Hunter S. Thompson book. Just the movie itself is just so. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's just a great movie to watch, and I love Johnny Depp. So that movie just was so great, just so great made, such a great thing in the road trip part of it. It was good. So an S for me.
Yeah, sounds good. Moose, what do you think for Fear and Loathing?
This movie always reminds me of my brother because I could see my brother getting tripped out on drugs and driving to Vegas like this. And then meeting Ryan in Vegas and continuing that trip. But I dig Fear and Loathing Las Vegas from a movie watching experience. The road trip portion of it is not terribly long. And then they get to Vegas, and then it's the second half of the movie. So it's kind of more just like it incorporates a bit of the road trip. You get the Tobey Maguire. You get the oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on his name. What's the crazy guy? Point Break.
Gary Busey.
Thank you. Yeah, you get Busey as the cop who pulls him over. So that part of it's fine, but then it becomes kind of a stationary movie when it's in Vegas, and it just kind of continues to explore their drug trip. I don't know. I don't view this as maybe like my top 20 road trip movies. This is more just a trip of a movie.
Yeah, it's certainly a trip. Yeah.
I'll give this like a low A.
Yeah. Sounds good. Austin, what do you think?
This has been one of those blind spots I've always meaning to get around, but I just have still not sat down and watched it, so I haven't seen it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, so I tried to watch Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and I couldn't get through the first 10 minutes when it's some kind of crazy drug trip, and he's freaking out, and there's weird camera shots, and it's all over the place. Maybe I should have stuck with it and powered through that to get to some of the other stuff, but if it's more of that, then it's probably not for me. But
it's more of that.
But I'm a huge Johnny Depp fan though. But the style was just really weird for me, so I couldn't finish it. So probably since I haven't really seen enough of it, I'll probably abstain just for now. So until I finally watch it all. But yeah. But JPO.
I'll give it an A for me personally. It's wacky. It's not totally coherent, which I guess is kind of the point here. So it's never really taking me to that next level as far as an actual personal kind of story or anything. So, but it's a trippy, interesting film worth checking out. So it's an A.
Yeah, sounds good. Richie.
Yeah, I feel like Moose's argument. I'm almost tempted to go not a road trip movie. Just because it's more about actually being in Vegas and then the whole trip and the situation. So I like the movie fine, but I honestly I think there's more things on this list that fit the road trip thing. So I'm going to be controversial. I'm going to say not a road trip movie.
Okay. Well, two people that came up with the list together haven't really seen it, so we're probably just pulling from other lists online and stuff. But yeah. But what are the votes at?
An S and 2 A's. So again, kind of mid-low A, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of mid. I'll put it down here. Yeah. But
all right.
Well, Moose, you got one more you want to nominate?
So if this is going to be my last one, I'm going to nominate. I'm going to go with a little bit more of a dramedy, serious film, and that's Green Book. I think that this is a amazing movie. I know it's divisive, and I know some people feel like it's pandering or not accurate, but I think the story of Green Book is fantastic. I think this is Viggo Mortensen's best role outside of Aragorn. I think him and Mahershala Ali had amazing chemistry together. The story is beautiful. The struggle that they had to deal with is beautiful. The friendship that they develop is beautiful. This is a great movie. It's an S-tier movie, and it is absolutely a road trip. They're on a road trip through the South. Like, that's the entire concept of the movie. They're in their friggin' car in the poster. So I think Green Book is an S-tier movie, and I absolutely think that it is a road trip movie with heart to it.
Yeah, that sounds good. Austin, what do you think for Green Book?
I've crossed scenes here and there and just never sat down and watched it, Moose. I just never did. I heard all the weird things about it, and I just never got around to it. So, I need to. Just never did.
Yeah, so I have seen it, but remember when they're doing the marketing for it, like they played this trailer over and over and over again. Remember the scene of him throwing the KFC cup out the window, and then they have to back up and go pick it up. I just remember them just kind of overkill on the trailer, but the movie's good. Like I personally don't know if it was Oscar worthy good, but
oh, come on.
There's a debate to be had though, because it is really good, but I mean, but like I just wish that maybe there's a little more substance, but I probably need to give it a rewatch to really catch some of those kind of deep meanings and like relationships and that kind of thing, which I did catch some of it, but I think I need to give it another rewatch. So I do still think that it's good, so I'll give it an A. So yeah, but JPO?
No debate here. I think it is S. I love this movie here, man. I know. I feel like in retrospect, some people have, try to tear it down for the pandering reasons that said. But the heart is in the right place. I think so, and I think it's a great tale. And if we want to argue we've seen it done other ways, well, okay. Sometimes things need to be shown for a newer generation that maybe hasn't seen a tale like this before too many times. And Morrison's great. Mahershala Ali is great. I really like this movie. It was going to be in my Hail Mary round coming up, so I'm glad it's here now. I agree with this.
Yeah. Sounds good. Richie?
I feel like if a film is like this, obviously there's some films that are trying to go for an Oscar. So I feel like to get to go, and I feel like maybe Green Book's being singled out as being like pandering, when there's a lot of Oscar movies that kind of go that route. But I know there's other movies that like are kind of more obvious pandering than Green Book. I think Green Book's good. It's fine. I don't have like the love for it. Like I don't know if it's like an Oscar contender, but I do really enjoy it. So I would say A. But yeah, I like in it. Yeah, I don't know if I really get the pandering argument, because a lot of movies.
Yeah, I wouldn't really say it's pandering, but I just think, I don't know. It's just it's an A, yeah. But Cousin Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, good movie. Not one in my top 20. Not even in my top 25, probably for a road trip movie. And I think there's a lot of other things on this list that are better, even in the S. So I would have to say it's going to be an A.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas got an S.
Yeah.
And this didn't.
I obviously
You're on the road for 20 minutes in that movie, Ryan. Have you seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, he nominated, but what are the votes at, Austin?
2 S's and 3 A's. So another one that might be in sort of a honorable mention contention. We're gonna have a lot of movies in contention for those honorable mention spots. So we'll see.
You've not seen Green Book, Ryan. Quit pretending.
The top? Yeah. Yeah. But Austin, and you got one more you want to?
A movie that's definitely a road trip movie. I never know where it's going to land because of the feelings of the different panels that we've had for it. But I'm going to go Pee-wee's Big Adventure for S tier.
Okay.
A movie that I feel still holds up. It's a wonderful premise about him chasing his bike all across the country, to go find the basement in the Alamo, and kind of, again, much like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, it's the original movie where he kind of ends up on a bunch of different movie sets, on the Godzilla set, and flying through the different set pieces. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, great supporting characters. crazy, wacky people he comes across the whole time. Francis is one of the all-time great, just annoying, guys that you come across. Good morning, Pee Wee. He's just amazing. Great Danny Elfman score. I just think Paul Rubens just completely owns this movie, and I think it still holds up and is actually really a lot sharper and wittier and better written than people kind of going into it people would think. So I'm gonna shoot my shot for Pee-wee's Big Adventure, but I know it depends on the panel, so we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, Pee-wee's Big Adventure is very mixed for me. Like there's parts of it that I really like. There's some funny things like Pee-wee's pretty eccentric. I know you are, but what am I? Like all the little things that he does. But so it's fun. But I mean, I kind of like for myself, kind of liking it less on rewatches. So it's tough because there was a point when I was a kid that for sure I put it in the S tier. For now, I think I'll go A tier. Like it's still a good movie. Like it's still fun. Like I'll go back and watch it, but probably more of an A tier movie for me. So, but JPO,
I know you remember. What am I? I'm a guy that's never seen any Pee Wee anything, so I haven't seen it.
Sure, yeah.
Wow,
That's fair.
Richie,
didn't they get a revival of the show somewhere? Like the show came back somewhere. I don't know.
Well, they did a movie again.
Yeah, they did.
Oh,
they just did the Netflix movie. Yeah.
I didn't see that either.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. But
Yeah, I don't have the affinity for like I've seen this one, but like I've just have not avoided PD's other stuff. Just haven't, I just haven't got around to watching. I don't have the affinity as other people do, but like maybe I do like this movie a lot. I think it is great. But yeah, I don't know if I'd put it slightly in S tier. I'd give it a high A.
Yeah. Sounds good. Cousin Ryan.
I like the movie. One and done though for me, so it's something that I go back and watch. I have a feeling Mark's going to be upset. Mr. Haas is going to be upset because he's probably obsessed with Pee Wee Herman. But I'm going to have to just say, a B movie for me. Not even A. It's just, I don't know, one and done.
Yeah. Well, Moose, what do you think?
How do I know you're in Texas, Pee Wee? Hold on. The stars at night shine big and bright.
Yeah.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Yeah. This movie's fun. I forgot how much fun Pee Wee Herman was. We had a layover in Texas earlier in the year, and when we walked in, that saying is as soon as you walk into like the Houston airport, it says the stars at night shine big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. I clapped like when I saw it. Pee Wee Herman is a shit ton better than Jay and Bob Strike Back, and I actually think it's a much more fun than Jay and Bob Strike Back. So, because you asshats, except for JPO, thank you for the S tier. With Green Book, I'm gonna give Pee Wee.
I hated Green Book movie.
Yeah, we gave it an A.
Go S tier. It's certainly better than Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It's a better Jay and Bob Strike Back. It's the original Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
All great better than Fear and Loathing.
I had your back on Green Book. Don't knock Jay and Bob.
Hey, that's what I said. No disrespect to you, but
well, where we at on the votes, Austin?
It's almost exactly the same as Almost Famous, so it'll kind of go right next to that.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll put it next to that. Sure. Sounds good. So I have to get to the point.
Sorry, I have a question. I might have bring it up before. Yeah. Did you mean to put like I noticed Harold and Kumar getting Guantanamo Bay's there, but not the first one.
Thank you
and
for asking
that. The
that.
first one is a road trip movie. The second one definitely isn't. Did you meant to put the first one in there?
The second one is way more of a road trip movie than the first one. The first one was
yeah.
Kumar. Sure. They go from Guantanamo Bay and driving all the way to Texas. It's a much more.
I forgot that part, but why is the first one on there?
The first one is way more of a road trip movie than the second one. They
The first one, they're just trying to
didn't-
get to White Castle, but it's just across town. They're not going across like.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
not going
but
like
how
across
long are
the-
they on the
This
road?
isn't
How many
long road
obstacles
trip
on the road?
films. It's just road trip films.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
long,
Come on.
and it ends up
They-
being long for them.
They start the movie on a plane, and then they're taken on a plane to Guantanamo Bay, and
Then they float to Miami. They drive to
Right.
Louisiana. They drive to
That's
Alabama. They hop in a car with Neil Patrick Harris to drive to a whorehouse in Texas, to then drive somewhere else,
I
and
have
then
a
they get picked up and they drive again.
Is anyone
it's a
voting
road
on
trip.
any of them for S tier? Because I think we're okay.
No, that movie sucks balls.
Yeah,
Moving on.
Harold and Kumar go to
Yeah,
Guantanamo
I think we're
Bay, it's
fine.
F tier anyways.
Sorry to bring it up.
But Harold and Kumar go
I
to
thought
White
it was-
Castle. I maybe would have put that in A tier.
Yeah. I've got
Yeah.
love for Guantanamo Bay, but I'm not gonna.
I don't.
I'm gonna bring it up.
All
I think
right.
it's more.
I agree.
Who's pick?
Yeah, it's my
Jordan.
pick.
Jordan.
So,
I kind of. Yeah.
so I'm kind of at the point where
Appreciate it.
we're like, as opposed to a previous episode, I don't have a lot that like I really feel like I want to nominate that super high that are left. But there's one that I'll kind of shoot my shot for, because there's some movies that are great, that are like really great movies. I just don't know how much of like actual road trip movies they are, so it's hard to go for a certain one. But I'm gonna go for the movie Zombieland just for a fun pick. I do feel like it's a road trip movie that they're trying to get to Pacific Playland, and just all the characters. That's probably my favorite Jesse Eisenberg role he's ever done, and then with Woody Harrelson as Tallahassee, like that's a great character. And then just some of the people that they meet along the way, and then that opening scene with the Metallica music playing, it's like one of the best opening credits scenes. I brought that up before. Like, it's really, really good. And you have a gratuitous Bill Murray cameo where he dies. Spoiler alert. But yeah, it's fun stuff. And then you have zombies mixed in, and all the things that they do with all the rules and stuff. Like, I think was pretty creative. So I'm gonna say S tier for Zombieland. I'm a huge Zombieland fan. So yeah, I'll put an S tier and we'll see what you think. But JPO.
I dig it, man. Zombieland, it took a very long time to get that sequel, but it showed you just how much people dug this one, that it was still talked about, and we finally got one like a decade later.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're a really fun group here.
Sorry.
Cheaper than Tinder. Good to know.
Sure.
Good to
don't
know.
The porn bots are getting the best of me here. They're not relenting.
Stop
Trying to
joking.
overtake the stream, guys. Sorry. But anyways, go ahead.
But I'd put it. I'd give it an A personally. I don't know if it's quite S tier for me, but yeah, it's one I've gone back to and enjoyed. So A.
Yeah. Sounds good. Richie?
I just like that cheaper than Tinder thing. Tinder's free. Anyway.
Yeah, right. I know, yeah. Cheaper than Tinder.
Anyway. I mean, I don't know if there's a sequel. Yeah, I know there's a sequel. I just want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But this is on my honorable mention.
The sequel's not on the same Dumb and Dumber level.
Yeah, I know. I gotta. Yeah, I know it's not, but still, it's good. But it's not as good as this one. Anyway, Zombieland. It's on my honorable mentions list. I think this movie rocks. I think we talked about the opening scene where with where the bell tolls a lot. That's one of the best opening scenes of a fucking movie. I love that scene. I think it's where
the bell tolls.
It's when I really, started to dig Jesse Eisenberg as an actor, and realized how cool Woody Harrelson is. And yeah, Emma Stone's great in this. Abigail Breslin's great. They're all great in this. And yeah, great cameo. No, I really dig Zombieland a lot. So yeah, S.
And hey, this movie murders Amber Heard in the first 10 minutes, so it can't be that bad.
Yes, thank you. I was going to say
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. And who wasn't wanting to go into like an antique store and just like smash the shit out of it before? That just sounds like a lot of fun. So yeah. but cousin Ryan.
So Jesse Eisenberg, in my opinion, is the K Michael Cera, but that's just me. They're like twins too. It's like they were created in the same lab.
Can act circles around fucking Michael Cera. See Social Network. Fuck that. Agree with that.
I was gonna say, put Michael Cera in Social Network, you might be surprised.
I agree.
Bullshit.
Jesse Eisenberg is I don't know. He's good in some parts. He's not the best. For me, I'm gonna have to say this is an A. The only saving grace for this movie, in my opinion, granted, it's a funny movie. I'm not a big fan of Jesse Eisenberg at all. So, but Emma Stone, I have like the giant crush on. She can do no wrong, and she was just a badass in this movie. So I'm gonna have to go A, though.
Yeah.
Also, Michael Cera in Molly's Game. Good. Anyway,
I'll do one more and then I'm done. Michael Cera's Lex Luthor. I want to see it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Moose, what do you think for Zombieland?
I dig Zombieland. It's my top 64 favorite movies. I still am preparing for the zombie apocalypse to happen. Let's see. I'm at my desk right now, and what's that?
Got your
what else?
Kit?
Yeah, you just have to have them handy. Here we go.
Come prepared.
Just in case they come in. You never know. But no, I like Zombieland quite a bit. I definitely think that this is a good road trip movie. I think the chemistry in the cast is phenomenal. I think these guys have such a fun time making this movie. They make zombie killing fun. There's the zombie kill of the week. There's all of Columbus's different rules. It's a good time. It's a fun road trip movie mixed with zombies. That's basically what it is. So I'm going to keep Zombieland in S tier.
Yeah. Sounds good. Austin, what do you think?
Don't go down this road, Moose. I got my katana machete right across the corner. I'm looking at right now. If you want me to display that for the folks right now, my cold steel katana. Do you want to see it? I'll go get it in a minute.
We don't. Cousin Ryan knows we don't want to compare knives.
Yeah.
We'll be here for a few hours.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that doesn't include the 4 of the guns scattered around my condo, but that's all nothing for those times.
Yeah.
Back to Zombieland. No, I think this is definitely one that I probably would have at least brought up in my my Hail Mary round. Yeah, it's great. One of my favorite movies as well. Definitely in my top 100. So yeah, I'll go S tier for Zombieland.
Yeah. So what are the votes?
5 and 1, 5 S's and 1. So it's up there, kind of near midnight running. Yeah.
I'll put it right there for now. We'll see.
Yeah.
But, all right. Well, I guess we're at the Hail Mary round.
Yeah. So, all right, we're there. So let me just give you a brief rundown about how it works. So yeah, for this round, we will go around the horn and just basically anything you want to shout out. Just basically aim for either S tier or very high A tier, like any of those things you think deserve to either be S tier or kind of a honorable mention territory. But anything you shout out, even if somebody else has already shouted out, call it out as well, because I'm looking for those crossovers, because those are the ones I will jot down to go back and get official votes, very rapid fire official votes. But that's what I'll be looking for. So if JPO says movie A and Moose agrees with movie A as S tier, then make sure you shout that out as well so I can jot it down. But I will write all these down. So at least give me about 2 seconds in between each nomination, just so I can jot them down and circle the crossovers, and we'll go from there. So yeah, we'll just start with Jordan Owens down there. Just anything else you want to shout out for this last one?
I'll do the slow.
Alrighty, Pez, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Alrighty. All right, Hills of Identity Thief. In a while, it happened one night. Just I was right back. No, I'll do 5 ones. Little Miss Sunshine.
Okay.
I'll throw out there. We're the Millers.
Okay.
I love it. Go back to it. Mad Max Fury Road.
Okay.
Into the Wild.
Okay.
And Borat. I'll go for.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right, I've got all 5 of those, so we will go to Richie. What do you got?
Okay, I got a few. Dog. I know it's new. It's a good movie though. Really good movie. God Bless America. Sex Drive. Bad Grandpa. Paul.
Oh, all right.
Road Trip. This is Road Trip movie. Thelma and Louise. I'll also go for Borat, and I'll also go for Little Miss Sunshine, Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, and We're the Millers.
Yeah. All right.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, I think I've got them all. So, all right, we will go to cousin Ryan. Whatever you want to shout out.
For sure, Sex Drive, yes. Road Trip as well.
Say that.
Of course, it's a hilarious movie. So we got Sex Drive, Road Trip. Where's my other one? Trouble with the Curve. Love that movie.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't know if that's really a road trip movie though. So,
yeah.
Oh, Euro Trip.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised you didn't throw that one out earlier.
I know.
Yeah.
So, last one for me, I'm gonna throw out is Joyride.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mr. Moose. What do you got?
Little Miss Sunshine for an S tier, for sure. We're the Millers as an S tier for sure. Borat as an S tier for sure. And The Sweetest Thing. A lot of people sit on that movie. Very unsung
I've seen
comedy. Great comedy. So
Or
I'll also
Too
nominate The Sweetest Thing.
Too big to fit in here. What a dumb song. All right. Okay, so for me, I will go. I didn't even write my own name down here. I always forget to do that. To write down my own nomination. I'll go Borat. I will go, let's see, Nebraska. And that's it. I'm good.
I forgot one.
Okay.
All
Well,
right, Jordan.
the more and more I look at these movies, I'm actually coming up with like more than I thought. So, yeah. So
Speed round, dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we got to talk over the magpie that's in Richie's background. That's out the window. Yeah. But yeah, I'll go with Bad Grandpa just because that's like a guilty pleasure of mine. I also go with Bad Trip. That movie really makes me laugh a lot. I'll probably nominate both Borats. I mean, I like them both. So let's see. Little Miss Sunshine, definitely. I'll give some love to the more current The Hills Have Eyes, the remake of it. That movie really got me. Yeah. But let's see. See if there's anything else. I'll say Euro Trip. Yeah, I'll second that. And that might be I'll give some love to We're the Millers. Why not? I mean, it was probably more of an A for me, but I'll second it.
Okay, so if y'all will give me just about a minute or so to tally up the crossovers, and I will get them on the official list for us to vote on. So give me just a second. Talk amongst yourselves.
No love for wild hogs. No love for
Man.
Vacation.
Serving Sarah. Come on, guys. That Matthew Perry classic.
I love for RV. Come on. Don't like when the septic tank explodes on the RV. Come on.
Y'all were just too gunshot and nominate Magic Mike XXL.
Yeah. I watched Over the Top for the first time to prep for this, and it really felt like a TV movie to me. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Over the top.
Yeah, that movie's kind of crazy.
No love for Affleck's Forces of Nature. Come on, y'all.
No love for the Seth Rogen, Barbra Streisand vehicle, The Guilt Trip, which is really
yeah.
You know what? That is a great movie.
Yeah.
Great.
I wasn't a fan.
Good.
I think she's annoying. I know she's meant to be, but she's more annoying than you know.
Well, normally I would nominate Jeepers Creepers, but
Little Miss Sunshine should be an S tier. That's a great one.
All right, so I believe I've got all of them down. I think I've got 7 total that had crossovers. So again, we'll just jot through these real quick, about 10 seconds or less. just pretty much just a grade. So we'll first go with Little Miss Sunshine, as mentioned before, had a couple of nominations. So, and we'll just go the same order each time, just for continuity's sake. So, JPO, Little Miss Sunshine.
S tier.
Okay. Richie.
S.
S
Ryan.
tier for sure. Yep.
Moose.
S.
I'll go B.
Whoa.
Of course you will.
Ooh.
Not as
Oof.
not as high on that movie. Not as high as everybody else's though.
Oh.
I'm not as high on that movie as everybody else.
I love Little Miss Sunshine. I'm surprised it didn't get brought up earlier, but yeah.
That's fine.
All this is
I don't love it as everybody. I don't love it as much as everybody else. Sorry, I don't have a heart on Sunshine. Sorry.
It's all right. No.
Shocking.
All right.
Oh, you don't. Do you?
Yeah. No.
Well, it's kind of.
By the way, Logan's gonna get bumped. Sorry, Logan's getting the bump out of there. This is official now.
Yeah.
Everything else has higher
All right.
votes. So yeah,
That's
gonna
fine.
go down to A tier. Anyways, the movie that's the title of the show, Road Trip, only had 2 nominations, but it got 2. So we'll go around on Road
Yeah.
Trip. So Jordan Owens.
I'm sorry for your fans of this. C.
Wow.
All right, Richie.
I think it's better than that. When Tom Green was trying to make Tom Green a thing, I'll say A.
Ryan.
I'll agree with A.
Moose.
I thought we all agreed to forget the 3 years that Tom Green graced us with his presence.
Yeah.
I'm good with JPO. That's a C for me.
Yeah, I'm not alone.
I'll go B. Jordan.
And yeah, I'll probably go B too because I prefer a Euro Trip over Road Trip. So.
All right. Probably won't even bother with that since it's only going to be up in B tier anyway. So we're just going to move up stuff that's like A or S. So we're the Millers. Jordan Owens.
S tier.
Richie.
S.
Ryan.
No regrets. We're gonna go S.
No regrets.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying, man? It's S tier.
Get that board out, Moose, because I hated this movie in the theater. I'll give it a D. I didn't like this movie at all.
You guys are getting paid?
I hate it.
Austin. With Austin wet blanket Howell tonight. Come on.
Sorry, I don't get it. I didn't think it was very funny. I thought it was annoying.
I know it ain't no Ernest Goes to Camp, but come on, man.
I'd watch that.
Yeah.
I'd watch Ernest Goes to Camp 10 out of 10 times over We're the Millers, and it makes me way more. Yeah.
Well, as much as I want to nominate, because there are some great stuff, it's just Ed Helms. Ed Helms just annoys the hell out of me. He's a terrible.
He's funny in this.
So
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's good
like-
in this.
yeah, so for that I got to give it a B probably. I won't go D, but I'll go B. So
B for boo. Yeah.
what are the votes at?
4 S's, a B, and a D. So
Ooh.
it's still got a lot of S's. It might be skirt in there or be on the border. We'll see.
Yeah.
I
like the stuff with like with Nick
yeah.
Offerman and like Will Poulter singing Chasing Waterfalls, all that, but that's good stuff. Just Ed Helms. So
All right,
I've seen
so
Cedar Rapids.
So what?
Mhm.
Yeah, Cedar Rapids. Like I actually like him in that. He's great in that. Like, but like I don't know what happened
I
to him
think
here.
that if Ed Helms has the right role and the right director, he's great. But
Yeah,
then
he's great. Yeah,
if
like
he's
the
not,
Hangover.
I
He's great in The
agree.
Hangover.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then if you don't have the right director, you get Vacation Ed Helms, and he's just super
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a script on that too.
yeah.
All
for
right.
sure.
All right, so next one, we got 4 more. Next one will be Euro Trip. I had 2 votes in the last second. So, JPO.
I can go
How do you
higher
think
than a
that?
C. I can go all the way to a B on this.
All right.
Richie.
I like how we're swapping because I'm gonna go C. I don't like your trip. It's got a couple of good lines, but that's about it.
Ryan.
This isn't where I parked my car. Give me an S rating for this one for sure. I love this movie. Love this movie. And Scotty doesn't know I had that song on repeat for the longest time.
Same, yeah. Scotty doesn't know
right,
that Fiona and me do it in her vein.
The Matt Damon cameo is the only good thing in this movie. This
What
movie is crap.
Oh man. Oh. All right.
I've never sat down and watched it all the way through, so I'll abstain. Yeah, I've only seen pieces of it. Yeah, I just never did. So,
Scoozy,
Jordan?
Scoozy, the like whole scene with Fred Armisen, like when they're in the tunnel, and then they go through a dark part, and they showed it with no pants, and he's like getting closer and closer to like all the teenagers in it. But so I'll say A.
Yeah, it's probably not going to make the cut. So sorry. Yeah, not going to make it. No,
that's fair.
Sorry.
Scotty still doesn't know.
Yeah.
Scotty
The Matt Damon movie Euro Trip.
Okay, 3 more. We will go at Borat, Cultural Learnings of America for Make Benefit of the Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan. Jordan Owens.
I found my wife as an S tier.
Yeah.
Richie.
S.
Ryan.
Big old feeling movie. I saw Fair Conan singing in
Ooh.
Sweet.
Oh, he's breaking up. What? I didn't hear that. We'll have to come back to him.
I heard big old S.
Big old F. Big old F.
Oh, wow.
F. Did you say F?
Oh yeah.
Really?
F.
No way. Oh god. This is
I can't
weird.
stand these movies. They're so dumb to me. No, F. Hardcore F.
You gave S to Euro Trip.
This is my cousin Ryan.
Yeah.
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is.
How do you S tier Euro Trip and F tier Borat?
No.
Cousin
He's an
Ryan, my
asshole.
neighbor. He is pain in my assholes.
Yeah.
I bought an iPod. He only buy iPod Mini. Great success. This is an S tier for sure. There's so many quotable lines from this movie. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So many.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was
Anyway.
one of my final honor nominations. S tier. Borat. You forget how good Borat was. Definitely.
Yes.
Great. Yes.
Yeah.
Jordan.
Used to have some chickens, and I'd always like chase them around and picture myself as Borat just chasing the chicken around. So yeah, S tier. Like it's a great movie. Sacha Baron Cohen is awesome.
Kazakhstan, the best country in the world. All the other countries are run by little.
Little girls. Yeah.
All right. It's got 5 S's and the lone F, but usually the vast majority will outweigh it, even with the F. Usually, I had it before where one, but pretty much everybody else says it's gonna.
I was passionate.
So, yeah.
Which I even think
Very
it'll probably go.
It's up near Midnight Run, something like that.
Yeah.
All right, so 2 more. We will go. Jackass presents Bad Grandpa. Jordan Owens. Full title.
Let's see.
Irving Zisman.
Oh.
Richie.
A.
Cousin Ryan.
I'm gonna have to go with a C on this one.
Moose.
Yeah, I'm gonna go lower than that. I'll probably do a D. I've said it before. I think on this show, the Jackass stuff just has never worked for me.
Yeah, I always find it very hard to compare to like a real film too. Like,
Yes.
it's entertaining, but like I can't put it in like a tier with like planes and trains and automobiles.
Right. Exactly. 100%. So I'm going D on this one.
All right. I love the Jackass movies. I don't love Bad Grandpa. I'll go with C.
Oh man, yeah, the Bad Grandpa, that movie is a guilty pleasure. It's my favorite thing of any of the Jackass stuff. Like it just cracks me up. Just seeing him just walk into the dance club with the fake like saggy ball sack hanging out of his shorts, and he's just dancing around and like grinding up on all these like young girls. Like it just for whatever reason just makes me laugh. So yeah, I gotta go S tier. So
sorry, Jordan, ain't gonna happen. Now we vote on this one.
No, I figured.
All right. All right. The final one will be. It had more than one vote. Sex Drive. Jordan Owens.
I'm sorry again. C.
Richie.
A.
All right, cousin Ryan.
Oh, I agree with Rich. I love this movie. A.
Moose.
My New Zealand buddy Carl is going to hate me for this because he bought me this DVD when he was staying with me a couple years back. I never seen it until then, and I watched it a few times with him to entertain him, but this movie's horrible. It's a D.
Nice. Those awkward moments when you have to watch it with him.
Yeah.
Especially if you watch the extended edition where it's just dick everywhere.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, and it's like for that unrated one, they just superimposed like naked women walking in front of the screen that have nothing to do with the movie. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Like that's what they do. Yeah. I think the movie's really underrated as a comedy. I'm gonna go A. I think it's really, really underrated and fun. Seth Green is amazing in those Amish scenes. He's fantastic.
Oh, you just want me to finish the car?
He's so funny.
What's up,
Ben?
That's why it's a C for Seth Green.
Okay.
Yep.
Robot chicken. He is anyway.
That's why this is a C. I said it.
You mean S for Seth Green, right? Yeah. But
Jordan.
I've never seen it, but I'm a big Seth Green fan, so I want to get around to seeing it. I haven't seen it.
All right. Well, it's not going to make the list, unfortunately, with a couple of bad ones. So, all right, it's not going to make the chart. All right.
It's a little
So,
D, just like Seth.
Where's the tier ranker Seth Green edition?
Yeah, right. Maybe
So
someday if he makes more movies.
I'll sit out that one.
all right.
So
Okay. So we have 12 in the S tier. So 2 movies are going to get the bump, but I think we already, according to the vote, there's going to be 2 automatic. Basically, when we have to bump things down to A, they kind of automatically get honorable mentions because they were in S. So the ones that have the lowest votes out of those overall are probably going to be, let me see here, either Rat Race or We're the Millers. They have 4 S's, but a couple other mixed ones. Yeah, because actually, even Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back had 4 S's and 2 A's. Even the 2 mixed votes were still A, and that's higher than the other ones, which had B's and C's, as the other 2 votes. So Rat Race and We're the Millers will get the bump down to A out of the S tier, but that means they will automatically get 2 of the honorable mention slots. So,
remember too, also Logan was up there and it got bumped down. So I think
and technically, Logan had 3 S's and 3 A's even after the reshuffle, which is higher than anything else in that A tier. So we already have our honorables. There's really no debate about that. It'll be our 3 honorables automatically.
Yeah,
that's what happened. Yeah, we can definitely debate the top because we had a lot of votes up there. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Vacation, Dumb and Dumber, and Tommy Boy, and also Midnight Run was a sweep, but it only had 4. So I think just those top 4 are the ones that will be in contention for number 1 because those all had a straight 6 sweep. So we will have to determine what. So I think for right now we'll just start with a random poll, and we'll just out of those top 4, we'll go around and what's everybody's number 1, and if something's overwhelming with the votes, it'll just go to number 1. So, and I'll keep track of that. So let me just put like a couple of initials here just to keep track. So Vacation, TB for Tommy Boy, and DD for Dumb and Dumber. And all right, we'll just go around the horn. So Jordan Owens, what would be your number 1 out of those top 4?
So Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, right? As the 4th one?
Yeah.
It's those top 4: Planes, Trains, Vacation, Tommy Boy, and Dumb and Dumber all had the same straight 6 streak. So just voting for number 1 out of those.
No, I got you. I'm going Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
All right, fair enough. Richie?
I'm gonna go for one. I voted for Vacation.
Oh, what a surprise! That's kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Surprise.
All right.
Surprise.
Ryan.
Tommy Boy for me. That's my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Moose.
Say Dumb and Dumber.
I think the quintessential road trip movie is National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yep.
First thing I think of when I think of road trip is vacation. I'm gonna go vacation.
Well, just to kind of sway it, because like my heart wants to say Dumb and Dumber because I think that is it. But I mean, when you think of road trip movies, you think of vacation. So I'm gonna vote vacation.
Okay. It's overwhelming for vacation, so vacation will be number one. And I think because Dumb and Dumber did not even get a nomination in that round, it will stay at number 4. But we can go around the horn on number 2 between Planes, Trains, and Tommy Boy, if that makes sense. So for the number 2 slot. So you can vote for either one of those. Be higher out of Planes, Trains, or Tommy Boy. Go around the horn. And Dumb and Dumber will still stay at the slot because it had the 6 votes at number 4. So, but Jordan Owens, Planes, Trains, or Tommy Boy for number 2.
I don't mind either way this goes. I'll go Planes and Trains, but I ain't gonna be hurting either way.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Richie?
Planes, Train.
Okay. Ryan?
Tommy Boy.
Moose?
I like to give you a lot of shit, Ryan, but let's go Tommy Boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. All right, Austin.
I got to go with the one I've seen more, Tommy Boy.
Yeah. But for me, it's pretty easy. Tommy Boy. Easy.
There you go. That settles it. So Tommy Boy will take over the 2 slot.
Got the toys.
Planes, Trains. Yeah. All right. So scoot Tommy Boy over into the number 2 slot. Planes, Trains will stay at number 3. Dumb and Dumber will stay at number 4 because it did have 6 votes. So now we will kind of move on to ranking the rest of those. So while Midnight Run had a sweep, it was only 4. So I think we can still kind of play around with the things there. Zombieland had 5 S's and an A, so it had more A's. So I think Zombieland bumps over Midnight Run just by sheer amount of votes. Yes, for number 5.
I'm fine with that.
Little Miss,
I like it better.
Little Miss Sunshine also had 5, but it had a B, so I think it might be between. I'm okay with bumping up Little Miss Sunshine over Midnight Run, even though I was the outcast on that one. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
But that's fine with me because everybody else was overwhelming on it, so you can bump up Little Miss Sunshine one.
It, yeah.
I don't think anybody would object to that. And then Borat also had 5, but had the 1 F, so it'll kind of hover around one of those last 3 slots right there.
Yeah.
On the bottom of the
Right.
Yeah, it will. Jay and Bob had 4 S's and 2 A's, and Blues Brothers had exactly the same. So we might vote for the number 10 slot and keep Borat where it is, but vote for the number 10 if we would flip-flop 9 and 10. So what would you have last out of the S tier? We'll go around real quick. This will be the last vote. Jay and Bob Strike Back or the Blues Brothers for the number 10. You're voting for which one gets the bottom of the S tier. So we'll go around. So Jordan Owens.
Again, I don't mind either way this goes, but I love Kevin Smith, so I'll say Blues Brothers is number 10.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Richie.
As much as I love Kevin Smith and I love this movie, I think it's good where it is. So,
Traitor.
Yep, Traitor.
Okay, Ryan.
Buick Universe is one of my favorite things in the world, so I'm going to say after Blues Brothers, going to have to take the 10 spot.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Moose.
I think Jay and Silent Bob needs to stay exactly where it's at because Blues Brothers is a far superior road trip movie.
You don't have to say far.
Yeah.
Far.
Yep.
Far superior.
You don't have to go that far.
You want me to say it 3 times?
I'm glad it did the S tier, but I will vote for Jay and Bob taking the number 10 slot.
Well, I will vote for Blues Brothers taking the number 10 spot pretty easily here. I'm not like even a Blues Brothers fan at all.
All right, so it's tied, which I was afraid this would happen at some point. So yeah, it's literally, I don't know, it's a coin flip. If anybody has a coin, I don't know, but yeah,
We do a coin flip, or if there's anyone in the chat.
Oh, look, my coin landed on Blues Brothers being number 10.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
sure did.
What a coincidence.
Or yeah, sometimes if there's anybody there, we go to the chat, but I don't know if we've got a ton
2 people
viewers
watching,
right now,
so if anyone
Anybody
has an
wanna
opinion
go?
on,
Best 2 out of
Uh,
3. We doing it? Ready?
okay, go for
Okay,
it.
One,
go ahead.
2,
Paper,
3.
scissors,
Three.
shoot. He won. He won.
All right.
Blues Brother.
All right.
I'll admit it
All
when
right,
I
so
lose
Blues
rock,
Brothers?
paper, scissors.
All right.
Use
So
a better
Blues Brothers
round.
stays at number 9. That's what that means. So Blues Brothers
Yeah.
stays. So
And the one
yeah,
person
but
I agree.
Well,
So-
Jacob
all
Williams
right.
says Jay and Silent Bob should be 10. So there's someone.
Oh, well,
all
wow.
right, that's fine.
Really,
That's what it is. Oh. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that'll do it because, like we said, the other ones were skirting the S tier, so they are automatically our honorable mentions for this evening. There's no debate there because we have overwhelming ones in the S tier that's happened before. And yes, the final tally is what's that, Moose? 3-1. It's hard to see.
3-1. Yeah. So
Yeah.
not too bad of a beating tonight.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Fine with that. All right, but unless there's anything else, I think I'll break it down and we'll wrap it up here.
Yeah, go ahead and break it
All
down
right.
for us.
All right. So for our road trip movie tier ranker this evening, at number 1, we've got the Harold Ramis classic National Lampoon's Vacation. At number 2, we've got the Chris Farley classic Tommy Boy at number 2. Taking that spot. Number 3, the holiday classic Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Number 4, the Jim Carrey, Jeff Daniels amazing comedy Dumb and Dumber. And number 5, we've got Zombieland skirting in there at the last second. Number 6, also getting in there at the last minute, Little Miss Sunshine. Number 7, the buddy crime road trip film Midnight Run. And at number 8, we've got Borat, Cultural Learnings of America from a Benefit Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan, because I memorized that a long time ago. Number 9, we've Blues Brothers. Number 10, the Kevin Smith film, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. And our honorable mentions for this evening, taking those 3 spots, it'll be We're the Millers, Rat Race, and Logan. So there you go.
All right. Nice.
One time, everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
But Austin, I got to memorize the sequel to Borat, something about giving
No, I don't think it'll be as much.
a pornographic monkey to Mikhail Pence or something like that. Something like
that.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun, guys. So thanks again. So we got our top 10, our 3 honorable mention will be in the poll tomorrow over on the Showdown Friends and Family group. You can go
probably in about 2 days. I was up today with the Jim Carrey Rob Williams thing that I forgot about, so I'll spread the next couple out over the next 2 days. But it'll be in a couple of days.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, but that will do it. So yeah, we'll just do some plugs. We'll go on the horn. You can tell us where we can find you. So we'll start with Jordan Owens. Where can we find you?
Yeah, thanks for having me, of course, as always. In the real world, on Sunday, I'll be over in Tampa for Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling. On the 25th, Real Pro Wrestling RPW in Fort Myers. And then June 23rd in Cape Coral, Florida, I'll be performing stand-up comedy over at Anthony's. So come check that out if you're here somewhere in Florida. Online world, check out the Pierce Code channel. We do movie trivia, movie countdowns, all sorts of fun stuff over there. And then the Pierce Wrestling channel, wrestling trivia, wrestling podcasts, exclusive matches, and so much more. Oh, thank you. Oh, and Lonely Marks live on this freaking channel Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Sounds good. Richie, where can we find you?
So the benefit of Jordan being in the same country, he can promote his shows. I can't really. I'm doing
well, this show's international. You never know.
I'm doing stand-up comedy at Birdie's nightclub on June 26th to support the raising trying to raise funds for Support Dogs Australia and there'll be dogs there as well. I might bring my dog, but she's a pain in the ass. So
my show has no noble reason. I'm doing it for chicken strips.
Well, that too. I like to think I'm noble, but I'm just doing it for stage time. Anyway, and then on the virtual world, I'll be on Jordan's channel doing movie trivia and picks and lists, and then I will. Then we got Lonely Marks podcast with me, Jordan. Most time Austin, but he's not going to be there this week. And Jacob Barber. We're going to run down the Hell of a Cell pay-per-view and how Cody Rhodes wrestled with a torn pec. He's insane. and also
yeah.
and also I made the NJF promo and the fallout from that, and also got a bit of a rant about WWE booking, especially the faction Judgment Day, because it does make sense. Anyway, also yeah, and
Save it for Thursday. Save that passion.
Yeah,
save it.
Next time I'm on here, it's tournament fights for Jordan Anderson's 128. Should be fun.
Yep.
And yeah, but yeah, other than that, I'm around.
Well, Richie,
Yeah,
you need
sounds
to
good.
film one of your damn sets, and we'll put it on the channel because people want to see your stand up, man. So we
Yeah,
need
yeah,
to film
right.
one of your
I'll try
and feature it. We want to see it. Yeah,
Both of you guys.
I want to see your stand up.
JPO too, but we have to do
both
both of you guys.
too.
Come on.
You too. Yeah, do a stand up.
Yeah.
Just come to the show live. Come on.
or just put up like a little mini, like a special. Do like 10 minutes or something. You know? but cousin Ryan, where can we find you?
Thanks again for having me, guys. You can find me on Twitter at Cousin Ryan 2021. You should come and follow me. Some big things are coming for Moose and I. So
Nice.
just keep your eyes open, and some fun stuff's gonna happen. But yeah, I appreciate it. Come check me out, though. Come follow.
Yeah, we'll look forward to that. So, you guys gonna have a YouTube channel, or do you have one already, or what's going on?
Yeah, it's gonna be a surprise for everybody. What's going on? We have a few things in the works.
All right.
It'll be fun. It'll be really fun.
We'll be on the lookout then. but Moose, where can we find you?
I am on Twitter at Big Moose Haas. If you didn't watch this week's or last week's Friday Night Titans on the Schmodown Network, a certain enigma wrapped in a riddle may have had a match recently, and no spoilers, but I did go perfect round one.
Nice.
So you can definitely follow me there. Tune into the Schmodown, and yeah, absolutely keep an eye on Cousin Ryan. He's kind of spearheading a movement here, and I'm along with him. So definitely keep an eye on what we're planning on doing, and we're hoping to be able to throw together some content here by maybe July. So give us both a follow. Cheers! Thanks again, guys, for having it. It's always a good time having being on the show with you guys, especially this.
Well, maybe next time. Maybe next time you're on, or one of the times after, you'll have a show ready to go that you can plug, and we'll all subscribe and get you going. So definitely. Yeah. We'll promote it, man. Send us some link on the Schmodown Friends and Family page. We'll definitely link it up as well whenever you guys do get something going. So we'll be happy to do that.
Yep, I got it.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right.
He's better at the tech savvy stuff. So.
It's all good.
Sounds good. Well, Austin, where can we find you?
Yeah, so I, obviously I co-host most of these. I'll be hosting tournament fights next week. That Jordan will be running the board, but I'll be hosting in the hosting chair for next Tuesday because it's When Animals Attack tournament fight movies. I'm hosting it because that's like my expertise, and I put together the list for that, and I'm kind of championing that one. So it was one I've been wanting to do. So I'll be hosting and kind of selling those movies as we go, because I'm sure some of them will be like, "What the hell is that movie?" And I'll sell it to you, and then you'll vote for it. That's what I do.
Is the deer from Tommy Boy?
Yeah, right. There you go.
Not quite. No. Movies with an animal attack, but not animal attack movies. There's a difference. So that's next week. Tomorrow night, I'll be doing Henry Confidential show. Let's rank stuff. This week we're ranking Adam McKay, so that'll be interesting because it's a mix of Step Brothers and Anchorman and Vice and Don't Look Up, a mix of weird movies. So ranking them is a little trippy, but we'll see how that kind of comes across. And then Saturday night a podcast about movies. Jacob Barber and I will be talking about the Disney Renaissance of the '90s. So all the 10 movies, Little Mermaid to Tarzan. We'll just be talking about that and kind of where Disney was at the time. So it'll be a fun show too. That's it.
Yeah, sounds good. You can find me battling all the porn bots in the chat because we get a ton of them tonight. Because there's a way to get rid of all of them if I hit the refresh button. I just don't know if that's going to end the stream if I hit the refresh. So I'm a little hesitant to do it. I'm like, I don't know. So, but you can find us on all the social medias at Movie Hero 21 as always. You can find us over in the Shoutout Friends and Family group with a couple of polls coming out for some recent shows that we've done that you can vote on over there. and then hyping up the Schmodown also, and then you can watch me doing some snack reviews. I posted a brand new Snack Hero review this morning. I mean, Austin had a supersized one over the weekend that you can tune into as well. And then I'm also going to be doing some gaming stuff, probably that'll be ready to go in about 3 to 4 weeks because I'm going to be out of town a couple weeks. So I had to postpone it just a little bit because I've been out of town, but that's coming. But and then just a little preview of some things coming up. We're going to have Richie and Jordan and both back on over the next couple of weeks. They're on a lot because they're some of our favorite go-to guests to have. So, but we'll be doing this Sunday my top 128 movies. It'll be part 1 of those. So I'll be finalizing some of that tonight after I'm done here, trying to figure out where I'm going to place The Mitchells versus the Machines because that's a movie that I watched today and it's that good. It's going to be on there somewhere. I'm just not sure. But and then we have the When Animals Attack episode coming up that Austin mentioned. Then we're doing the best 70s action movies, which we're gonna have a pretty stacked Schmodown cast. We're gonna have John Kaiser, Vinny Mancuso, Adam Witt, and Mark Edward Hoyt. So that episode's gonna be like 5 hours long because those guys love to talk. But we're also going to be doing best 90s action movies coming up. And usually we like to separate the action series or the different series that we have. It just so happens all the Schmodown guys were available on a certain date, so we had to kind of put them back to back for that one. But and then we're also doing our favorite stand-up comedians working today. So we're going to be doing a little tournament fight battles where we all submit our favorite comedians. We kind of debate those. And then we're going to be doing part 2 of Jacob Barber's Top 64. We did part 1 about a month ago, so we're going to be getting around to this part 2. And then we also have best Sly versus Arnie movies for a tournament fight versus battle coming up. So that's just a little handful of some things we have coming up. So you can watch for those. If anyone wants to be on any other episodes, you can hit me up and we can try to see if we can squeeze you onto an episode. And if you have any ideas for any topic you think might be a good idea for a tournament fight or a tier ranker fight, just let me know. You can DM me. We also have an email. It's moviehero2121@gmail.com. If you want to send anything that's a little longer, you can send it there. So, but yeah, we'll pretty much do it for us tonight. So thanks again, guys. And we'll call it there. So for JPO, for Richie, for Cousin Ryan, for Moose, for Austin, I've been Jordan Movie Hero Anderson, and we'll see you next time.